they do it right the first time.
Remodeling your kitchen or bathroom? Studio 41 can help. Our home design showroom offers a great selection of kitchen and bath products featuring the bold look of Kohler. Visit us online at shopstudio41.com to find a showroom near you.
It's a new year, and there's no better time to get in on the action with Circus Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way that it should be. Circus Sports Illinois offers high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. From playoff football to big game basketball, hockey, and more, Circus Sports has it all. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at Circus Sports.
Spurs here at the United Center, and after a fabulous Saturday night of basketball as the United Center celebrated the career of Chicago's very own Derrick Rose, coupled, by the way, with a huge Bulls win over the New York Knicks. Tonight they get 21-year-old Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Just a footnote to that ball game against New York. Kobe White had a career-high 9 3-pointers to become only the 4th player in franchise history to record 9 or more made threes in a single game, joining Zach LaVine, Ben Gordon, and Niko Mirotic. And meantime, let's talk about Wemby. He just turned 21 on Saturday. He's averaging 25 points, 10 boards, 3 assists in his first 100 NBA games, just completed this past week. Okay? He has over 1,000 rebounds in 100 games. He has nearly 400 assists in 100 games. And point-wise, nearly 2,300 points. All this coming in 100 games. And by the way, he will be the face of the NBA after this current run of Curry, along with Durant and LeBron. Hang him up. There is no question in my mind. He also became, by the way, the 6th player this year in NBA history to record 30 points, 10 blocks in a game against Portland. And he had 41 on Christmas Day in the Spurs game against the New York Knicks. So that's what's going on. Wemby and the Spurs against the Chicago Bulls. We're going to hear from Billy Donovan on one of his former stars, Chris Paul. They were together, of course, in Oklahoma City. Chris Paul doing a great job as a leader in that young Spurs locker room. That story coming up next. 670 The Score and the Bulls Basketball Network.
Bulls fan, Zach LaVine here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for the Chicago Bulls.
If you've been busy this past holiday season, then it's time to finally focus on you. And that's where Macy's comes in. Come and treat yourself to something great, like rejuvenating skincare routines from Lancome, Estee Lauder, Clinique, Shiseido, Kiehl's, and more of your favorites. With so many great deals at Macy's, you'll be able to pick up a new cleanser and a new serum and a new moisturizer now during our Deals for Great Skin event. So what are you waiting for? Refresh your routine today at Macy's.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/setup and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/setup.
How would you like to get in the best shape, the healthiest shape of your life for less than $5 a day? I'm Body CEO Carl Deichler. That's Body with an I. And I've got your healthy bundle with a world-class workout, healthy eating plan, plus the healthiest and most delicious nutrition shake that will make you feel amazing and really improve your digestion, if you know what I mean. All for less than $5 a day. This is your healthy bundle, your workout, your easy eating plan, and a delicious nutrition shake called Shakeology. And if you don't lose up to 10 to 15 pounds in your first 3 weeks, I'll give you your money back. Imagine a trainer and dietitian giving you all this for less than $5 a day, plus a healthy superfood shake that curbs cravings, helps you lose weight, and gives you healthy energy. It's unprecedented, and it's your healthy bundle. So write down this web address. Go to yourhealthybundle.com. That's yourhealthybundle.com and see how healthy and fit you can get for less than $5 a day.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
And we are back live right here on the Bulls Network, 670 The Score. Chuck Swirsky, three-time NBA champion, Bill Weddington, Alyssa Bergamini. She's back, along with the great engineer of the NBA, and that, of course, is Rich White, Alex Goon, Robbie Triano in our 670 The Score studios. Let's talk about Chris Paul at the age of 40. This is his 20th season in the NBA, his 17th now, as he is mentoring Victor Wembanyama, who is, by the way, 20 years younger. Having said all this, you know, Billy Donovan has so much respect for the future Hall of Famer, Chris Paul.
He loves the game of basketball. And he is always trying to find ways to improve and to get better, even at the age that he's at. He probably realizes there's maybe not a lot more physically he'll be able to do, but I think he really dives and leans into the mental part. And as a point guard, I think, you know, trying to get his teammates to raise their level of play. Hey, this is how they're guarding actions. This is what they're doing. You know, hey, did you watch this game last night? Did you see this? Did you see that? I mean, it's just he's always talking basketball all the time. And I think for any player, or particularly young players, you know, if you pay attention and listen to him, you can learn a lot. I mean, I enjoyed being around him just from that perspective of how much he watches the game and loves the game and thinks about the game.
All right, that is Billy Donovan talking about Chris Paul, the veteran out of Wake Forest, perennial all-star. And Chris Paul tonight will play in his 1,038th NBA game. At the moment, Bill and Alyssa break the game down. Bulls Spurs on 670 The Score and the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Patrick Williams here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, football fans, it's Patrick Peterson, former three-time All-Pro NFL cornerback, and now the new host of First and Pod, the podcast that breaks down every game, every week, with new episodes dropping every Monday and Friday mornings. Plus, I'll be highlighting key matchups for DBs around the league on Patrick's Corner. Be sure to subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a lot going on with the Bears. Get all the latest from the Take the North podcast, starring Mark Grode and Dan Wiederer.
Kevin Warren has got the controls. The shovel's got to go in the ground somewhere for a stadium. A head coach has to be hired.
The questions need to be asked about Caleb Williams. What's really going through his head in terms of who the next coach will be, and having had multiple play callers.
The Take the North podcast. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. Now that the Bears offseason is underway, the Score's Bears coverage will focus on franchise-altering decisions. Most importantly, the hiring of a new head coach.
This will be the most coveted job in the National Football League.
What will the Bears be looking for in a new coach?
We need an individual who has extremely high standards, who is tough, who is demanding, who seeks and will win championships.
DJ Moore.
When Ryan Poles called you, what did he say?
He was just going to get this thing turned around, and a leader of men going to be in here for the next coach.
Which names will be atop the Bears' wish list?
When Mike Vrabel came in, I just said two words: Mike Ditka.
The lists are going to be long, but I would limit it to almost Mike Vrabel, Cliff Kingsbury, Brian Flores, Joe Brady, and Ben Johnson.
I would be more apt to want a Kevin O'Connell type. You got to make it up to the quarterback.
For all the latest on the Bears coaching search, keep it locked on Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, Bulls fans, join me, Bill Wennington, and the voice of the Bulls, Chuck Swirsky, right here on The Score for all the action of Chicago Bulls basketball.
The Bulls in front, and a steal and a slam, left side through the ball. Got it. Bulls have busted this baby wide open.
Hear every exciting play of Bulls basketball here on Sports Radio 670 The Score and 670thescore.com, Chicago's official radio home of the Bulls.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
The following is a presentation of Chicago Bulls basketball and 670 The Score on the Bulls Radio Network. The Bulls are now on the air.
Upside three. Got it. Oh, my goodness. Kobe. Put him in the hole. Put him in the hole of fame. Levine with the step back. Three ball. Bam. Oh, my goodness. The round is on. Getting behind the back pass to Levine. On the runway. And he throws it down with the two-handed dunk. What a pass by Giddey.
Bulls basketball is brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, Great Clips, Circa Resort and Casino, Northern Illinois Food Bank, Marquette Bank, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Loyola Medicine, Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11, and Remy Martin. Now with the home team call, here's three-time NBA champion Bill Wennington and voice of the Bulls, Chuck Swirsky.
Live here at the United Center is the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Chicago Bulls take on the 8th seed of the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs. Let's break it down from my main man, Bill Wennington, sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. You can enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha.
Well, San Antonio coming in house. They are the 8th team in the Western Conference, and despite the exciting play as of late, the fact that San Antonio is just 5-5 in the last 10 games, those last 10 games has seen the defense play much better than it did in the month of December. So they picked things up, and right now they're giving up 111 points a game. And so they're starting to play much better than a lot of people thought they'd play, as I said, being 8th in the league. But we talk about Wemby. Wemby's the man. But, Charlie, more than almost half of his shots have been three-point shots this season.
He takes 9 per game, Bill.
Yeah, I know,
9
and he's
for
taking
a 7-3 player.
40. But here's my point: 48% of his shots are three-point range. Wemby is shooting just 33% here in early January, and the downside of all this shooting is his scoring in the paint has dropped, so he's becoming one-dimensional.
Well, we'll see as far as what's going on with the offense tonight. But as far as defense, he's number 1 in the league in block shots with 116, and he alters so many other shots in the paint. Bill, who you banking on? Sponsored by Marquette Bank. Love where you bank, celebrating 80 years of neighborhood banking.
I am banking on, you got to guess, Vooch. I think he had a big game the last time, although Wemby didn't play. He had 39 points. I think this is a game for Vooch to excel in. I think he's going to want to play well and prove that he can play against the bigs in this league. But Vooch is also a guy that can play inside, outside, and I think he's going to have a nice balance of that here tonight.
Vooch with 22 double-doubles on the season, including 4 straight and 7 of his last 8 games. Now, Alyssa Bergamini, she was away from us the other day, Bill, and she was on assignment.
Was it something I said?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was. And having said that, let's welcome back Alyssa Bergamini.
You know what? I did come back, but despite Bill and all of his crazy dad jokes, we are here. And I'm going to tell you guys about the courtside odds. Bulls aim for back-to-back wins tonight, hosting Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And the Spurs are listed as the 3-point road favorites. That is courtesy of Circa Sports Illinois. The visiting Spurs, they do hold an impressive 8-1 against the spread record over their last 9 games. However, the Bulls have won 3 of their last 4 straight up, including a big win Saturday over the New York Knicks. The Bulls are also 3-2 against the spread over their last 5 games. So I like taking the short spread with the Bulls as the underdogs. Total points, that is sitting at 236.5. And in game number 1, the total hit a high 263. Bulls have given up the most points in the paint per game this season, giving up 62 to the Spurs in the first meeting. So lean the over points tonight. Player props to grab right now for the Bulls. Kobe White, he's coming off a monster game, connecting on a season-high 9 triples through 33 points on Circa Sports Illinois. Over 18.5 points for Kobe White is priced at minus 115. And for the Spurs, you got to go with the star, Victor Wembanyama. He's averaging almost 26 points per game this season, collecting 27 or more points in 3 of his last 4 games. Over 27.5 points, priced at minus 115 for Wemby is the play. Those are your pregame courtside odds presented by Circa Sports Illinois. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app today. Chuck, Bill, and Rich, back to courtside.
All right, Ellis, thanks very much. Let's pause. Station ID on the Bulls Radio Network.
Dan Bernstein here. We're talking Bulls on the Bernstein and Harris Show, middays 10 to 2 on the Score. And Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago.
All right, we are back here at the United Center. And by the way, Bill, before we get into the player intros, do you know who the tallest player is in the NBA?
The tallest player in the NBA, it's not Wemby.
No, he's 7'3".
He's 7'3". I know who the tallest basketball player in the country is.
Okay, I know that. And he's redshirting in Florida.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the tallest player in the NBA.
That's a good question. I don't know who.
Zach Edey.
7'4",
Memphis.
Yep.
But again, Victor Wembanyama, they list him, Bill, at 7'3". As far as his weight, take a guess as far as what they list him at with his weight. He's standing right in front of us.
245.
They list Wemby at, the answer is 235. So there you go. Close, Bill.
And I'm 3 inches shorter than him right now. I weigh 315 pounds.
Well, Wemby is 3 of me. Let's our player intro sponsored by the Illinois Department of Human Services. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit youreallywinning.com. Bulls going with Levine, who's had 30 or more points, 3 of his last 4, averaging 32 in 2 games in January. Patrick Williams, the Vooch, along with Kobe White, 9 threes against the Knicks. Josh Giddey is balling out big time. And for the Spurs, you have Sohan along with Barnes. Harrison Barnes has been around since 1963. Victor Wembanyama, who just turned 21 years young on Saturday. Devin Vassell, really, really good player, folks. Very underrated. And, of course, Chris Paul in year number 20.
I'm having a hard time getting over the fact that you weigh 78 pounds.
Well, that's on a good day.
Yeah, but this team, and you talked about this in your pregame a little bit earlier with Chris Paul and Wemby. They're quite the combination on the floor. And through defense, with the two of them on the floor, they've both been on the court. They remain constantly strong, but it's their offense that's really improved and made the difference for the Spurs. Their offense efficiency since November 7th with them on the floor is 118 points per 100. And that's plus 13 points when they're not on the floor together. So they really make a good combination. And you mentioned it earlier that Chris Paul is here really to kind of show him the ropes of what to do, how to work hard, how to prepare and get ready for an NBA season and every single game that you're playing. So it really is great to have a guy like Chris Paul, a veteran, that for all intents and purposes can still play. I mean, he's averaging 9 points, that's down, but still averaging 8 assists and 4 rebounds a game. But of course, when you have a guy like Wemby who can score from pretty much anywhere on the floor right now, it's nice to have.
Yeah. And you know what, Bill? The Bulls now have 6 of their next 7 at home. We hit the road for 1 game at Indiana, and that's coming up Wednesday, and then 5 straight home games. Longest homestand of the season.
Yeah, how about that? It would be so nice, especially after the November and December that we had. Hey, Bulls fans, All-Star Voting presented by AT&T is now live. Vote daily to help send your favorite Bulls player to San Francisco for the 2025 All-Star Game. Visit bulls.com/all-star to place your votes.
All right, we're just 20 seconds away from our national anthem. And, Bill, again, this is an important ball game to generate again, the momentum, and all of a sudden, Bill, the Bulls won 4 of 5, and they're in contention, Bill, to move up the ladder in the Eastern Conference.
They really are. You look at the Detroit Pistons that are 17 and 18, and then the Indiana Pacers, who we play in 2 days, are 18 and 18. You win this game, you get a nice momentum going forward. Then right above them, you got Atlanta and Miami.
Two
that are
games
right there
behind Miami and Milwaukee for the 5th seed.
Right, and Miami's going through a bunch of issues right now. Hey, we're getting ready for basketball here at the United Center. Let's send it over to Tim Sinclair.
Please welcome Chicago native Martin Woods.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
One more time for Martin Wood.
Martin has some big-time pipes. Wow,
Yes,
that's
he does.
impressive.
I liked it very much.
Yes.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for the San Antonio Spurs. A 6'8" forward from North Carolina, number 40, Harrison Barnes. A 6'5" guard from Florida State, number 24, Devin Vassell. A 7'3" center from France, number 1, Victor Wembanyama. A 6'8" forward from Baylor, number 10, Jeremy Sohan. And a 6-foot guard from Wake Forest, number 3, Chris Paul. The acting head coach of the San Antonio Spurs is Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, Mitch Johnson, the son of former NBA player John Johnson, who played collegiately at the University of Iowa, former first-round pick by Cleveland, won a title with the Seattle Supersonics in 1978. And Mitch Johnson, in his own right, played high school ball at Bellevue High, just east of Seattle, and then went on to play at Stanford. And again, with Pop going down with that stroke, Bill, it's been very, very difficult, I'm sure, for the Spurs family to try and put this thing together, but they're doing their best. They're a game over 500.
Yeah, they're playing well. And as we talked about earlier, they're 8th in the Western Conference, which is a good conference right now. A lot of good teams right there, but 5-5 in the last 10 games, playing well. And they have a great foundation. Pop has laid the groundwork for them,
and picks
and picks coming up here. They could possibly have 4 first-round draft picks this season. And they have a lot of money to spend, too, if you want to look at it that way as well. So not only can they get draft picks, but they can buy a free agent if they need to.
Yeah, and you know what, Bill? The window with Wemby, I mean, he wants to win now. He doesn't want to wait for this 5-year plan.
Oh, no, correct. And you know, he's showing that he's capable of winning right now. You go over his stats. He's averaging almost 26 points a game, 10 rebounds a game. He's shooting the ball well. The only thing I don't like is that he's not going inside as much as he did, but he's really pushing the three-point shot, which proves a lot, but you can't lose the fact that you got to make the points down low.
For your Chicago Bulls. From North Carolina, a 6'5" guard, number 0, Kobe White. A 6'8" forward from Australia, number 3, Josh Giddey. The man in the middle from USC in Montenegro at 6'11", number 9, Nikola Vucevic. A 6'8" forward from Florida State, number 44, Patrick Williams. And a 6'6" guard from UCLA, number 8, Zach LaVine.
And there's your starting lineup for Billy Donovan's Chicago Bulls. The officials for tonight's game assigned by the NBA. Ben Taylor, year number 12, along with John Butler and Jonathan Sterling. Our tip-off sponsored by Great Lakes Credit Union. You can join GLCU in banking for a greater good. Visit glcu.org for details.
Hello. You like it when people just walk up behind us and start tapping. It's like
tapping. Is that what you call a tap, Bill, or a slug?
That was a good one. But he was just saying hello. He was being friendly. Well, you only weigh 78 pounds. I mean, because that would be 1/3 of Wemby.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Hey, Bill, what about the game the other night for Josh Giddey against the Knicks, huh? That was impressive. 15 points, 10 boards, 8 assists.
Yep, and he didn't play in the last 5 minutes. I mean, I thought maybe he'd get another minute or two, just see if he can get a triple-double again. But obviously it was a great game for the Bulls against the Knicks and played real well. He scored 139 points in that game. They had 36 assists. They shot 54% from behind the three-point line. And that's been the MO of the Bulls all season long, Charlie. If they could make their three-point shots, because they do move the ball around well, they're going to win a lot of games. And that's what you're going to have to do against this San Antonio team because of Wemby, because he's going to try to protect the paint. And that's why I think Vooch is going to have to be smart to mix it up. And if Wemby doesn't want to come out and guard the perimeter, he's going to get open looks, and you're going to have to try and power through him. And because I watched in warmups, and they did a lot of stuff with Wemby where assistant coaches were banging on him, trying to strengthen him up and get ready for a physical game.
The Bulls coming out. How about this, Bill? The classic white uniforms with red numbers and black lettering, and the Spurs in their road black uniforms along with white lettering and silver trim down the side.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama, who's played 2 games against the Bulls in his young career, averaging 14 points, 12 boards. In fact, the 14 points, the fewest against any team in the NBA. Chris Paul matched up with Kobe White, very good friends. Kobe played for Chris Paul's AAU team back in the day in their native state of North Carolina. Baseline right, Wemby, his pass broken up by White. Take it away, and here's Giddey. Weaves over the midcourt line on the right side. Levine rises up in front to Boots. The swing out on the left elbow to Kobe. Dribble drive in the lane. Stumbles, retains. Tied up by Harrison Barnes with an up and under with a right-handed scoop. Nope. Rebound Wemby. Victor Wembanyama. He advances left forecourt over the top pass to Jeremy Sohan out of Baylor. And they go to Devin Vassell. Vassell is off to a really nice start in the month of January, averaging 18 per game. And the mid-range 11-footer on the right is up and good.
And just an observation here early before I forget about it. But Sohan, the second number 10 in San Antonio with green hair that I've seen play.
There you go, Bill. I think we saw another one play there, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not bad. Giddey beyond the back pass to Vooch on a power move against Wemby. Wemby blocks it from behind and spikes it away out of bounds in the far corner. And for Wembanyama, block number 117, he leads the NBA nearly 4 per game.
And that's the hard thing that Vooch is going to have to get used to. Those guys that are that long, they can reach it and get it from behind you.
Vooch, left wing 3, that's off the mark. Rebound Sohan. 2-0 San Antonio. The Bulls put up 139 in San Antonio, one going away. But again, Wembanyama did not play. He was out with a sore back. Vassell off the screen from Wembanyama. They run pick and roll. Wemby swings it right side. Sohan for 3. Got it.
Oh, Sohan wide open. Great pass by Wemby, and you got to respect that. If he gets the ball in the paint, you got to try and slow him down, pull the defense off Sohan.
Sohan shooting only 27% beyond the arc. At the foul line, the fade for Levine. No. Long board to Chris Paul. Chris Paul. Oh, it seems like yesterday was coming out. Top 4 pick by New Orleans. On a switch, guarded by Vooch at the foul line. Wemby all the way to the rim. And the ball knocked away out of bounds by a collapsing Bulls interior defense with 12 on the clock. We played 2 minutes here in Chicago. 5-0 Spurs.
First quarter sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve.
on the inbound. Sohan with the left hand and scores over Patrick Williams. It's 7-0 San Antonio. Here's Kobe, scissors inside, in front of Vooch. Looping pass, left wing Williams, power move, the pitch out to Vooch. In the right corner, Giddy for three, off the mark. Rebound, Wembanyama.
See, Wembanyama is not guarding Vooch. If I was Vooch, I would have cut hard to the basket, got the pass, and dunked on him.
Wemby left side for three, way off the mark. Rebound, Levine. Again, Wemby takes 9 threes per game. That's 8th in the NBA. Vooch, topside three on Sohan, no. And the Bulls start the ball game, Bill. They are struggling.
0-6 from behind the three-point line. Remember, I just said they shot 54% from behind the three-point line against New York.
San Antonio coming off a home loss to Denver where they had a split in that series. And Wemby threw it away, mixed up communications with Vassell. And the ball goes out of bounds in the near corner to our left. San Antonio averaging 14 turnovers per game. Here's Giddy in the paint. Turns the corner at the foul line. Vooch free from 15, no. Rebound, Harrison Barnes out of Ames, Iowa.
Again, Vooch waiting outside. I would have to sneak in behind. Wemby's not paying attention to him and just going and dunk on him with a short pass.
Vassell got tied up by Kobe. We're going to have a jump. So, Bill, let me ask you this. The game starts with Wemby getting beat off the dribble by Vooch, and then out of nowhere, Wemby with a swat on Vooch with a block. Right. How has that mindset affected Vooch, you think?
Well, obviously now he's not going to the basket anymore. He's every time there's a drive, he's staying out. You got to come in. Wemby's going to try and block every shot at the rim. And if he just makes himself available around the rim, you're going to get an easy dunk on top of Wemby, and you're going to make nice posters tonight. But he's settling and staying outside.
Kobe wins the tip, and here is Zach in right forecourt with a belt-high right-hand dribble. Line to the lane. Scoop pass, and they go to Giddy. Giddy driving. Sohan cut him off on the left baseline, and a bounce pass goes to Vooch on the right block against Wembanyama. Twist, turns, double pump, shot. Another block for Wembanyama. His second on Vooch here in the opening quarter. Wemby going upstairs for Sohan, let him a little bit too much. And the ball taken away on a steal by Kobe. Down the floor to Levine. Back to Kobe. Kobe on a pump. Kobe on a drive. Kobe against Vassell and lays it in. Timeout San Antonio. Chris Paul to our right is red hot. I'm not sure about whether it's an official or whether or not with his teammates. We'll sort things out with Bill Wennington in a moment. 7-2 San Antonio, 8:18 to go first quarter on the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Modest Bazellus here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
Sex drive? What's that? I had been struggling with low libido.
So many things that I've tried in the past, nothing seemed to be working.
It was really impacting my marriage, and it was really, really taking a toll on me. And I thought, this is it. That lack of intimacy is just what happens after you have a kid. Nope.
While everyone is unique and will have varied results, here are extraordinary experiences from independent body affiliates and actual Belvital users.
After doing Belvital and getting my hormones in check, my libido is like I'm in the mood. My libido is back, which my husband's enjoying.
I feel so good since changing the way that I've been eating and doing the Pilates and the breath work.
It has just brought more intimacy back into my relationship.
It has given me myself back. It has given my husband his wife back.
My husband and I are both very, very happy.
Thank you, Belvital, for bringing me back. Get hormone health for women at belvital.com. This will change everything.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
Looking to kickstart your career in sports? Join us for the Career Fair presented by BMO. Student Pass on January 10th. Take in a career panel with Bulls staff. Visit with over 25 sports organizations and get a ticket to the Bulls versus Wizards for just $39. Visit bulls.com/career fair for more details. And Charlie, Bulls off to a tough start. They're down 7-2 with 8:18 left here in the first quarter, shooting just 1 of 9 from the floor, Charlie. That's 11%. and that includes 0 of 3 from behind the three-point line.
You know, Victor Wembanyama, he's right in front of us, Bill. 7'3", 235. His shoe size, 20.5 inches.
Yep, and he already has 2 block shots and has disrupted 3 guys from taking layups already.
In the right corner, Vassell lines up a 3. Got it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. A big splash. Devin Vassell, the veteran out of Florida State, played with Patrick Williams for the Seminoles. Leonard Hamilton lines up. Williams knocks down a 3-ball on the left side from 27 feet.
That was a nice deep shot right there. And again, the defense a little slow. Sohan late getting to him.
And on a high-low feed, the pass deflected away out of bounds by the Bulls. Williams had 5 points, 5 boards, and 1 block against the Knicks the other night. Lonzo Ball coming in for Kobe White. Kobe gets a quick hook. On the right baseline, Paul in play to Sohan. Back to Chris Paul. Double on the ball on the right side. In front, Vassell comes up shooting, missing on ball. Rebound Giddey, and the outlet goes to Zach LaVine. 7.5 minutes remaining first quarter. 10-5 Spurs. LaVine bounce pass to Vooch. Vooch off a high screen from LaVine. They go to Ball. Lonzo dribble drive. Back to LaVine. Splits the defense. Backdoor cut. No look pass to Vooch. Right side, Williams fakes right. Goes left. Threw it away. Vassell with the steal as the Spurs hustle down the floor. Wembanyama back to Vassell, to Chris Paul, to Vassell. 15 on the clock at a half-court set, left full court. Top of the key, 18-footer by Vassell, good. He's got the mojo going, folks, here in the opening quarter with a game-high 7. Here's Williams steps in, top side 3, and buries it on Barnes.
A nice shot right there, a nice transition bucket as Williams just trailing the play, gets a look.
Wembanyama top side 3, and he drains it. The raining threes here with a little salsa from San Antonio.
Well, this is where the Bulls have to pick the pace up.
Here's LaVine top side 3, no. Here's Chris Paul behind the back pass. Wemby for 3, rimmed out. Over the timeline, Giddey dribble drive. Foul line extended left. Holding looking. LaVine slices inside. To the rack, and he missed the right-handed power dunk. And it carries all the way to backcourt. Tracked down by Lonzo. 11 on the shot clock to Giddey. Giddey driving on Paul. Jump pass left quarter. Vooch for 3. Way off the mark. And we have a loose ball. We're going to have it over in the back. Are they going to call Giddey or Paul?
Paul. Backing up. Giddey was going for him. Paul tried to submarine him.
Okay, then.
That means he did try to push him back and go under him.
Charles Bassey checking in. Bassey out of Western Kentucky, 6'10", fourth-year player. So Wemby gets a breather. Let's see how the Bulls operate with him out of the lineup now. LaVine, and they get a Vooch. He's going right after Bassey. Twist, turns, jump hook, right hand, good.
There you go, Bill.
Yep. Pretty simple, huh?
Well, yeah, when you don't have Wemby on you, absolutely get down and go one-on-one.
They trap Paul. They go to Bassey. Bassey finds Sohan in the right corner. 3 ball way off the mark. Rebound LaVine. 15-10 San Antonio. The Bulls are shooting only 26%, but within 5. Here's LaVine. Knocking inside to go to Vooch. Nope. Vooch wanted to foul, didn't get it. He's upset with the officials. Here's a 5-on-4. Vooch argues. Vassell steps in. Right side 3, no. Vooch got away with a push-off on Bassey. Play continues with the Bulls with Giddey. Giddey staggered dribble drive at the top of the key. Line to the lane, turns the corner, and the banker is good on a runner with the right hand.
There you go. Just drive to the bucket. Again, with Wemby not in the game, it opens things up by the rim.
Yep. They've scored 4 straight points. Paul. And they split the defense. Chris Paul not really looking for his shot. Chris Paul with 10 on the clock. Paul dribble drive. Chris Paul in the paint. They go to Vassell. Back in front to Paul. Dribble drive. Double on the ball. And they go in the near corner. And Harrison Barnes with an off-balance left corner 3.
Wow. I mean, he had to shoot that up as the buzzer was getting ready to go off.
How about that? Here's Giddey. He's going to jack up a 3. No. Rebound Bassey. 18-12 San Antonio. Giddey made all three of his three balls the other night against the Knicks. Harrison Barnes to the rim, and he floats it in from the right angle. He won USA gold with the Olympics. He's had a terrific career. Also won a ring with Golden State in the first of 4 for the Warriors. Here's a jump hook boot, short. Bassey with the ball. The handoff to Paul. 20-12. San Antonio on the road. Spurs basketball. Paul, topside three. Hit front eye, no. Giddey leaking out. Down the floor. Levine with a right-handed slam dunk.
A nice play right there. Just a long outlet pass, and that's one of the things Giddey does. As soon as he gets the ball, he's looking down court, seeing the open man, Zach LaVine.
Bill, we have 4 Bulls players checking in at the scores table momentarily.
And three San Antonio Spurs getting ready to check in. Oh, my.
It's like going to Costco.
It's a 7-for-1 deal.
And the Spurs threw it away. Once again, Levine to the rim. Shot rejected from behind by San Antonio. The Spurs say that ball went off Levine. And Chris Paul wants a challenge.
Oh, my. It goes up. Zach was up, and no, you know what? It went off Zach's elbow.
What do we have here, Bill? The Spurs are looking behind their bench.
Did they call a foul?
Yep, they did.
No, it must not. Zach's
Did they
coming
call
out.
a foul?
Yep. I don't know. I think it's just out of bounds. Substitutions, a lot of them, sponsored by Remy Martin, the official spirit of Bulls Radio. Team up for excellence.
So with 14 on the clock, 3:18 to go first, 2014 Spurs. Bulls will put it in play with Lonzo Ball in play to White. Behind the back pass, Jalen Smith, topside three, popped out, rebound Vassell. Vassell hops over the midcourt line, left full court, right wing, leans over the bounce on a crossover. And the feed goes baseline right to Castle. Vassell, right side. Castle dribble drive to the rim. Got it.
That was actually a nice play by Castle. Kept his head up. Kind of looked like he was going to pass the ball and just kept it. Got a little 8-footer.
Yep.
Fooled the Bulls defense on that one.
Good looking player, folks. High lottery pick out of UConn. Here's Kobe double on the ball. Smith's going to try another three. This time he makes it. Jalen Smith.
Nice little shot there. He's been wide open the last 2 times he's touched the ball behind the 3-point line.
Vassell drags that dribble on the left side with a handoff to Castle. Castle top of the key. Line to the lane at the foul line. Kobe all over him. Castle has to give it up to Vassell with 7 on the shot clock. 2:17 left first. And the ball knocked out of his hands. And it's going to be Spurs retaining with 6 on the clock. And 2:16 left here in the opening quarter at the United Center. 22-17 Spurs on the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
Levine throws it down with a right-handed power dunk.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
Hey, football fans, it's Andrew Filipponi, host of the First and Pod podcast. Join me and my co-host, 3-time All-Pro Patrick Peterson, as we break down every game every week. New episodes drop on Monday and Friday mornings. Be sure to subscribe on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Cubs fans, Cubs Convention weekend passes and hotel packages are now on sale. Enjoy the chance to meet and get autographs from your favorite past and present Cubs players. January 17th through the 19th at the Sheraton Grand Chicago. Purchase now at Cubs.com/convention.
How do you spot the all-new Nissan Rogue Rock Creek? Here's a hint. It's got all-terrain tires, a tubular roof rack you can't miss, and it's tough inside and out with lava red detailing. You'll also find it in its natural habitat, climbing mountains, attacking rugged trails, and never backing down from any adventure. The first ever Nissan Rogue Rock Creek.
Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Always secure cargo. Heavy loading of the vehicle with cargo, especially on the roof, will affect the handling and stability of the vehicle.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Harris. Then at 2, Bernstein and Harris hand the mic to Spiegel and Holmes.
And Darnell Wright, for his pedigree,
should be better.
But is he being affected by playing alongside the guys he's playing alongside?
I don't know.
I know that the guy that they passed on to draft him, though, the spot that they traded away, he's going to the Pro Bowl.
But if you were telling me this was your first-round pick who you were gushing over
his athleticism.
And he didn't know that he was taking the tight end conditioning drill.
Wide receiver.
How many times do you think on a need play we can run right over him? Like that's how good he should be.
That's why I was hoping that they would put him and Tevin together on one side, but they decided not to do that. Plus Tevin doesn't stay healthy. It's a whole thing.
It's the magic of score transition. Weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Head to the United Center on January 10th for Pride Night, presented by BMO. Arrive early to receive the third hat in the BMO Artist Hat Series, designed by Elu, while supplies last. Plus, enjoy special halftime show paying a tribute to the origins of house music. Visit bulls.com for tickets. Bulls shoot the ball a little bit better now. They're shooting 30% now from the floor. Remember, they were shooting just 11% a little while ago, and they're starting to catch up. It's 22-17 against the San Antonio Spurs, and Wemby checks back into the game for the Spurs right now.
Mitch Johnson, the interim head coach, with Greg Popovich sustaining a mild stroke, and that happened November the 7th. All the win-loss marks, by the way, will still go under Pop. The no-look pass, Wemby on a reverse, up and good by Trey Jones. Nice pass. 24-17 San Antonio.
It's a tall man.
Hey, Bill, let me tell you what a career. He's going to be the face of the NBA.
Oh, absolutely.
Jalen Smith with an air ball on the left wing and kept in play by Phillips, however, to Jones. Down the floor, Castle, behind the back pass, Champagny, left side, very good. We saw his twin brother, Bill, the other night last week in Washington, D.C.
Yep, we did. And that was a nice transition bucket for Patience. They're just pushing the ball down the floor quickly.
Yep. Bad pass. Spurs with the steal. Spurs on the runway. And Castle with a windmill right-handed slam. He put it down in left forecourt. 29-17 Spurs.
Just a second turnover for the Bulls, and San Antonio scored on both of them.
Yep. Boy, San Antonio doing a lot of blitzing on doubles, Bill. This unit right now, the Bulls, really struggling in the left corner. And the shot, 3-ball, no. Loose ball, and it's tapped away out of bounds by whom?
Charlie Wemby changed that shot by
Yes,
Smith.
he did.
You got to remember, Smith is 6'10".
Yep.
And Wemby made him change that shot. Wow. And San Antonio's doing a good job guarding the perimeter.
Yep, Spurs on a 14-5 run on the inbounds. We have 10 on the shot clock. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. And Lonzo, left elbow three, is up and good.
That's a big-time shot right there because he had a defender right in his face. Wow.
Wemby picked up by Jalen Smith. Now they got Lonzo playing Wemby. Let's see if Wemby gets a return pass. Castle threw it behind Wemby, but there to recover is Champagny. But the step-back 3-ball off the mark. Rebound, Julian Phillips. Phillips to Kobe. Kobe zigzags his way, but staying right with him is Keldon Johnson now. Kobe with an off-balance 3. Way off the mark. Rebound, Champagny.
As to Jones was there to get a hand up on Kobe's shot. Wow.
We have 15 seconds on the shot clock. 18 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Spurs shooting 60%. Wemby with the touch at the top of the key with 4 on the clock. Wemby against Smith. Dribble drive, tied up in traffic, puts it up, rim no, and it rolls to Wemby, and the clock expires to end the first quarter of play. Spurs 29-20 at the end of one on 670 The Score, the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
Ball game over. Bulls win. Bulls win.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring Gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent maracas smell amazing." You could call them scent maracas, but most noses call them Gain scent beads. Try Gain scent beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. Some are filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created the Kids Daily Multivitamin, a chewable vitamin with 15 plus essential vitamins and minerals. Some kids' vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, and sugar is known to contribute to a variety of health issues. Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Hiya is made with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and helps support kids' immune systems, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, and more. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, and nut-free. Hiya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. To receive 50% off your first order, go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar. Go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
Welcome back into 670 The Score. The Spurs lead the Bulls by 9, 29-20 at the end of one. The Bulls opened as the 3-point underdogs on a total points that was set at 236.5. Courtside odds are presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app today. Chuck, Bill, back to you courtside.
And San Antonio, 29 points and a couple of block shots by Wemby, 3 overall by San Antonio. Bulls only 2 turnovers and 2 dunks for the Spurs off of those 2 turnovers.
Bulls with 6 NBA titles, the Spurs with 5. They won their first in 99, led by the Admiral, David Robinson and Tim Duncan. And here is Williams, left wing 3, air, or rather right wing 3, air, rebound, Wembanyama. Wembanyama in 8 minutes with 3.6 boards and 2 assists. Jones, between the legs dribble, terminates the bounce. They got Smith all over him, cross-court pass to Castle. Back to Jones with 8 on the clock. 30 seconds in, second quarter. Coming off the screen, Castle, right corner, and Keldon Johnson, air ball. Keldon Johnson now coming off the bench. He won gold in the U.S. Here's Terry, splits the defense, and the pass goes through the legs of Williams out of bounds. I'll tell you, I think his vision was blocked, Bill. There were a lot of players standing around that left end line.
Champagne was there, and I think his, no offense, but his hair got in the way. It blocked the view. Got a nice throw.
Coming off the screen, here's Wemby. Double on the ball, and he is fouled on a pass-off, and they're going to call this on Kobe White. Wemby, Bill, on Christmas Day at Madison Square Garden, his first Christmas Day game. Again, this is only his second year. 42 points. He had 5 threes, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks.
Little statement game right there?
Yeah.
You think just a little?
First player in NBA history to have those numbers on Christmas Day. Wemby, and they go to Castle, top of the key. Going upstairs, throw down Victor Wembanyama, eating some rim here in Chicago.
Wow, I thought that pass was way too high. He just went up and got it.
Yeah, nothing's too high for Wemby. And the pass deflected, but Julian Phillips running left to right on the end line. The ball bounces around. And then the Bulls turn it over again on a cross-court pass. The sloppy ball handling for the Bulls tonight. Dribble drive, Castle in front. Keldon Johnson open 3 and knocks it down. Billy Donovan calls a timeout, 90 seconds in, second quarter. Spurs 34, Bulls 20 on 670 The Score in the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Lonzo Ball here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Harris. Then at 2, Bernstein and Harris hand the mic to Spiegel and Holmes.
And Darnell Wright, for his pedigree,
should be better.
But is he being affected by playing alongside the guys he's playing alongside?
I don't know. I know that the guy that they passed on to draft him, though, the spot that they traded away, he's going to the Pro Bowl this year.
But if you were telling me this was your first-round pick who you were gushing over
his athleticism.
And he didn't know that he was taking the tight end conditioning drill.
Wide receiver one.
How many times do you think on a need play we can run right over him? Like that's how good he should be.
That's why I was hoping that they would put him and Tevin together on one side, but they decided not to do that. Plus, Tevin doesn't stay healthy. It's a whole thing.
It's the magic of score transition. Weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
Joining us for the Bulls Kid Nation game presented by BMO on January 12th. Arrive early for a pregame party in the atrium. Enjoy special giveaways in the Bulls Kid Nation zone. Meet Benny the Bull and more. All during a special game for Bulls Kid Nation. Visit bulls.com/tickets today.
Chuck Swirsky, Bill Whittington, Alyssa Bergametti. We have Alex Kuhn, Robbie Triano, and the great Rich Wyatt spinning the dials. Bill, the Spurs 5-0 early second quarter. They're up by 14 on the Bulls. What's happened?
Well, it came out. San Antonio did. The first 5 points and got it rather easily with a turnover and an easy three-point shot. Billy Donovan not happy with the effort here early in the quarter.
I'll tell you what's happening is Victor.
Yeah, he's changing things around. The Bulls definitely on offense are looking to see where he is.
And that's a no-go for oh my goodness. Jalen Smith just missed a topside three. Champagne no. Smith off his hands, picked up by Terry, leaking out down the floor. Wembanyama got his hand on the ball. Phillips there to recover to Williams. Williams, couple of jab steps, got away with a walk to the rim, and the ball slapped out of his hands by Keldon Johnson, and it goes out of bounds.
Points in the Paint, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transfer your home with a premium color and quality. Charlie, Bulls with 8 points in the paint. San Antonio with 12. And obviously with Wemby in the game makes it tough. Bulls not shooting well, 27% from the floor.
Williams, dribble drive, right angle, over the shoulder pass. Smith, one bounce, the release from 21, good. Nice rhythm shot. Jalen Smith, he's off the bench. He's got 5.
And he's also 1 of 5 from behind the three-point line.
Wembanyama brings out Smith about 27 feet away. Tops a bounce pass for Castle. Foul line left. Right quarter Johnson in front. Champagne with all kinds of time, and he knocks down another jumper.
Yeah, Billy Donovan not happy right now. He just went to the end of the bench and is pulling up Zach LaVine to get back in the game.
How in the world are they getting so many open shots, Bill?
Because people are worried about where Wemby is, and they're not paying attention to the rotations. And Champagne was, Charlie, there was no one within 20 feet of him.
Meantime, Keldon Johnson with a foul underneath on Giddey. And so we got Levine coming back on the floor with Smith, Giddey, Bazelis, and Patrick Williams. Bazelis played only 2 minutes against the Knicks. In front, Smith again. Shovel hand off to Giddey. Dribble drive on Wemby. A little stop and pop. No. Giddey, Wembanyama fight for the ball. Bazelis shot blocked by Wembanyama, his third. And then Smith went to the floor, and the ball knocked out of Smith's hands out of bounds.
So you got to understand, Wemby is so long, you got to go right to his chest. If you give him a little bit of space to time it up and hit with the length in his arms,
yes,
he's going to block it. But you got to go right at him. And I hate to say it this way, but you got to try to break his arm as you dunk it.
Levine with an off-balance right elbow jumper. No, what do you mean, Bill, by that?
But just go through it hard. You can't try to miss him. You just got to go with force.
And Bazelis with a block on Castle. Here is Giddey in transition. Wide open, top side three, no. Rebound, San Antonio. Giddey in the ballgame, 1 of 5. Down the floor, Keldon Johnson with an easy left-hand layup. Bull slow, Giddey back on D.
He just ran the floor, Charlie.
Here's a right elbow jumper, Bob Bazelis, no. Punched in the air by Smith, brought down by Giddey. Giddey in the paint. Smith left corner 3. Round the rim and out. Offensive rebound, Bazelis. Williams steps in. Top side 3, good. That's his third of the ball game. Timeout San Antonio.
3 offensive rebounds for the Bulls, and that's going to keep them in the game. You got to keep working hard. This San Antonio team just thinks Wemby's going to get all the rebounds. Bulls down 39-25, 8:08 left here in the second quarter. Chuck and I will be back right after this on 670 The Score on the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Billy Donovan here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Harris. Then at 2, Bernstein and Harris hand the mic to Spiegel and Holmes.
And Darnell Wright, for his pedigree, should be better.
But is he being affected by playing alongside the guys he's playing alongside?
I don't know. I know that the guy that they passed on to draft him, though, the spot that they traded away, he's going to the Pro Bowl this year.
But if you were telling me this was your first-round pick who you were gushing over
his athleticism,
and he didn't know that he was taking the tight end conditioning drill,
wide receiver one.
How many times do you think on a need play we can run right over him? Like that's how good he should be.
That's why I was hoping that they would put him and Tevin together on one side, but they decided not to do that. Plus Tevin doesn't stay healthy. It's a whole thing.
It's the magic of Score Transition, weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey guys, it's Jim Costa from Cash the Ticket. If you're planning on betting the NFL playoffs, buckle up. Betting football's hard enough as it is. We're doing the research for you. So listen to Cash the Ticket with Mike Valeni and I. We'll be dropping new episodes for every single playoff game. And that's going to be storylines leading into it, so some good football stuff, but also the betting nuggets you're looking for. Sides, totals, trends, player props, throw those in there too. Pre-game and post-game, we're going to be all over the postseason. Subscribe to Cash the Ticket on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Cubs fans, Cubs Convention weekend passes and hotel packages are now on sale. Enjoy the chance to meet and get autographs from your favorite past and present Cubs players. January 17th through the 19th at the Sheraton Grand Chicago. Purchase now at Cubs.com/convention.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Head to the United Center on January 14th as the Bulls play the Pelicans, presented by AT&T. Early arriving fans will receive a collectible Bulls pin and can take part in activations to earn more.
Chris Paul walking right in front of his former head coach, Billy Donovan. Exchanging hugs. Yeah, they were together at OKC. I beg your pardon, Bill?
It's all right. I wasn't finished. But
I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
It's all right.
I thought you were done with your reader. 10-second readers are really 27 seconds.
Visit Bulls.com for tickets.
Thank you, Bill. We love you. So Wembanyama stays in the game, and Vooch has come on. And again, Wembanyama allowed Vooch twice in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. Here's a topside three by Harrison Barnes, air, and then from behind, Keldon Johnson took it away from Giddey, and they're going to have to work the clock.
Yeah, it didn't hit the rim. They reset it to 14.
Bill, I'll tell you what, Wembanyama has 4 blocks already. Yep, and give him 120 on the year. This kid, and he is a kid at 21, just turned 21. He's going to be the face of the franchise. He's a nice young man, very polished, extremely basketball and intelligence IQ. Yep. He went to New York, Bill, on an off day and played chess with people. Put in a request on Twitter. Here's a turnaround jumper, no, and then clean up the mess is Harrison Barnes after a miss by Castle. He put out on Twitter, where can I play chess?
Yep.
And he went to New York in a park and played chess.
Yep. And a lot of good chess games in New York parks.
Giddey threw it away. from behind. Here's Castle, and he threw it away. Lonzo with the steal down the floor. Giddy with a 2-on-1. Now a 3-on-1, and Levine lays it in. 7:20 to go, second. 41-27 Spurs. The feed goes inside. Kelvin Johnson got inside. Too easy for the Spurs in the paint.
Yeah, and then they get double teamed, but they run right by him. They don't trap him and try to stop him and double team him. They just run by and wave.
43-27 Spurs. The Bulls have never led in this game. Giddy with the left-hand layup as he turned hard on the right inline against Chris Paul. Paul about 6'1", and Giddy at 6'8".
Chris Paul wants a two-bang game.
Yep. Now on the switch, cut by Vooch. Wemby goes back to Paul, left corner. Wemby with a touch against Lonzo. Wemby with his back to the rim. Double on the ball. Off balance jumper is true from 22 feet. That was a difficult shot, or was it, Bill?
Well, it was a difficult shot with the footwork, but he has such a height advantage over Ball.
And here's Vooch, and he knocks down a topside three. Castle against Vooch. Jump pass, and it's deflected away out of bounds by Levine. 45-32 Spurs, 6:15 to go. We're going to have Bassi come in, and he's coming in for Wemby. And Vassell checks in.
We're in the second quarter, sponsored by Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11. Find highly skilled roofing contractor at chicago-roofingcontractors.org.
Chris Paul on the inbounds, really not looking for a shot, a facilitator. And that's been his MO for the last really 6 years. Barnes left corner, no. Fight for the rebound. Giddy accelerates over the midcourt line, going coast to coast. And we've got a touch foul on San Antonio. That's going to go on Barnes. Sohan checks in. Chris Paul, Bill, he's got 6 assists in 11 minutes.
How about that?
He's taking one shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking to facilitate the offense, get guys going, and just be a leader out there on the floor. And I mean, this team has responded to him.
Levine, scissors inside, bounce pass intended for Bazelis, threw it away. Barnes with the steal to Chris Paul. Paul against Lonzo Ball. Now they got Bazelis playing Paul. Here's Chris, triple drive, 3 crossovers, the fade, and that is vintage Chris Paul from 16 as he froze Bazelis on 2 crossover moves on the left point. 47-32 Spurs. Vooch with a handoff to Levine. Levine has been cold tonight, 1 of 6. Here's a post-up. Vooch going right at Bassi again. Double on the ball from Vassell. Lonzo, rainbow 3, off the mark. Rebound Vooch. Twist, turn, jump hook, right hand, good in the lane.
Bulls have done well. It's offensive rebounds. Trying to keep them in the game with second chance points.
Yep. Vassell with a jump stop. And they go to Barnes with a ball fake. Driving down Bazelis. A little floater. In and out. No. Chip with the right hand by Bassi. No. Giddy over the Bulls logo. Right forecourt. Drives on Sohan with a banker. No. Put back 2-handed slam. Vooch.
A way to run the floor, and that's because a great drive to the bucket sponsored by McGrath City Honda, McGrath Acura of Westmont. When you do the math, you'll choose McGrath.
The great jumper up and good Bob Vassell on the right side. So Vooch has scored 9.6 against Bassi. His only 3 ball was against Wemby. Here is Levine, gallops to the cup and scores. Little hesitation, dribble drive by Zach.
And Zach, a little hesitation, froze the defense just long enough.
Chris Paul again, probably behind Giddy. Behind the back pass, and the finish is Bassi, or Chris Paul now with 7 assists.
Oh, he's just picking apart.
And a pass intended for Ball. Caroms off the glass. Spurs ball down the floor. Right corner of Vassell. And a 3 is off the mark. Offensive putback is good by Sohan. And Billy Donovan is irate. Extremely upset with his ball club. I don't blame him. 53-38 Spurs. 4:04 to go second quarter. Sorry, Bill, I had to get on my soapbox there.
You're right. You got every reason to, because it has not been good.
Okay, then you can keep it.
Yep, we'll keep it right here. And we have not had an official review here in this game. And all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. The second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Bill, what do the Bulls have to clean up here?
A lot right now. One, offensively, you're throwing the ball around willy-nilly. I get it. you're afraid to drive to the basket, and you're just throwing the ball to where you think your offensive teammate is. And San Antonio, I give them credit. Defensively, they move. They're rotating, filling spots, getting out to the shooters quickly, actually anticipating where the shooters are and getting there before the ball even gets there. You have to take care of the basketball. Bulls with seven turnovers and have given up 13 points, where San Antonio, Charlie, has 6 turnovers, and they've only given up 4 points off those turnovers because the Bulls' turnovers are so egregious. San Antonio is able to come down and get a layup or a dunk right away off of those turnovers. So you got to take care of the basketball, and you can't be afraid to attack the basket, but you got to go to the basket with purpose.
Bill, I've got a brilliant idea. One of my few ones, but work through this process. I think at halftime, Rich White, our engineer, he's got all the buttons and the whistles. He should put out on social media that Wemby is leaving the United Center to play chess in Humboldt Park.
That would work really
and so
well.
he leaves the United Center, and the Bulls can take advantage in quarters 3 and 4. Are you buying it?
I'm buying it. It'd be better if you did it in July when maybe it's 75 to 95 degrees instead of the balmy 19 that is out there right now.
4 inches of snow, yes. We have a foul on Sohan, 53-38 Spurs, 3:56 left second quarter. By the way, Kia halftime show, Nick Friedel of Odyssey talks about Wemby. Mid-range jumper up and good by Zach, a 16-footer in front. Zach's starting to cook now. He's made 3 straight field goals. He has 8 in the ball game. Bulls with 9 from Williams and Vooch. Sohan, left corner, Vassell. Jacks up a 3. Nope. Offensive rebound, Sohan to Vassell, to Harrison Barnes, to the rim, up, no. And that's going to be a blocking foul or charge. A blocking foul on Kobe, putting Harrison Barnes from one Tar Heel to another, Bill.
I would like to see where Kobe was. That's a tough call.
You know who's on the coaching staff, Bill, of the Spurs?
Who's on the coaching staff of the Spurs?
Jack Hoiberg, Fred Hoiberg's son.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we had a nice chat before the game. Barnes missed fouls in the first of 2. His dad's having a great year at Nebraska. They beat UCLA. And, he has really turned that program around. That program was kind of fragile for probably 2 or 3 years until, Fred got his players, his Barnes makes 1 or 2. He said he's very happy. His dad's very happy. And Lincoln enjoyed his time with the Bulls, but he's found his comfort zone. Here's Kobe off a high screen from Vooch. Dribble drive. Vooch wide open on the left wing. No. Backdoor cut to Levine on a reverse good with the right hand. Nice pass. Nice finish. 3:13 to play second. 54-42 Spurs. But the Bulls have got to make some consecutive stops here.
Yep.
Here's Vassell driving. Vassell double clutch and scores. Vassell. That was Vassell with 11.
Big time shot right there. Just floated, took contact, and then pushed it up.
Levine driving on Barnes. Continuation. Got it. Count it. Foul.
And Zach Levine attacking the rim right now. And it's amazing how much more the Bulls just taking advantage with Wemby out of the game.
Yes.
And just like that, the big man with the WE is coming back.
Yep. Zach has made his last 5 shots, Bill. And I would dare say all 5 have come in the paint.
Yep. Cheer on the Bulls this season during the Sea Red Watch Party Series. Join us at Theory in River North on Friday, January 31st at 6:30 p.m. for Bulls versus Raptors Watch Party. Fans can enjoy special appearances, giveaways, and more. Visit bulls.com/bar network to learn more and reserve a table.
Vassell trying to go upstairs, and a left-handed flip shot by Wemby rolls off. Bulls ball. They're within the 11. They trailed at one stage by 17. Here's Kobe. Dials up left side 3. Bam! There you go. Kobe White for 3. And with 2:25 to go in the half, the Bulls are within 8.
Yeah, well, you asked the Bulls to get a couple of stops, and they've done that now. Get one more here. Be pretty happy about your effort, as poorly as they shot early on in this game to go in less than 8 points down.
Sohan driving on Vazelis. Spins, gives it up. Wemby on a pump. Wemby on a drive. Wemby comes up shooting on Vooch, and a 3 is good. beating the shot clock. And Vooch looks at the heavens and says, how in the world did he do that?
That's what 7-3 does. He's got a nice release because it's high.
And then Vassell steals the ball away from Kobe on a 2-on-1. To Wemby with a two-handed dunk as he leaned in and climbed the back of Kobe White.
But see what Wemby did? He didn't wait at the three-point line to shoot. He came right in on the back of Kobe White.
Yes.
And when he gets the ball, he goes up and dunks it. That's the way you got to attack the rim.
And then a logo three by Kobe, no. Rebound San Antonio.
I was going to say there's a minute and a half left, so it's a 6-for-1.
And here's a pull-up jumper at the foul line by Chris Paul,
who wasn't looking for a shot in the first quarter at all, and now he's looking.
7 straight points by the Spurs after the Bulls closed to within 8. Here's Kobe with a crossover. Kobe in the paint. Kobe dribble drive. Jump pass Bazelis for 3. Way off the mark. Put back by Vooch. Good. He got inside position on Wembanyama. 63-50 Spurs under a minute to go.
Yeah, and he's able to do that because Wembanyama is looking to block every shot. And Vooch just got in front of him. Love it.
Chris Paul with 8 first-half assists in 16 minutes. Now they got Bazelis playing him about 40 feet away with 9 on the shot clock. 40 seconds left first half. Spurs and Bulls. Here's Sohan and Wemby back to Sohan in a 2-man game and a give and go and a dunk by Sohan. Sohan now with 9.
Wemby looks a little tired.
Yes, he does.
And Chris Paul he was coming up and said screaming. Chris Paul waved him away. He said, you go back. You got this right now.
And being dribble driving a double dribble. Yeah, a turnover for the Bulls. Let's pause Station ID Bulls Network.
Lawrence Holmes here. We're talking Bulls on Spiegel and Holmes every afternoon, 2 to 6 on the Score, and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago.
And as tired as Wemby looks, he's got his hands on his knees right now, but he's still dominating in this game. Just his presence on the floor is making the Bulls think twice.
Yeah.
About everything, offensively and defensively.
Ball to Wembanyama. Shovel pass left corner. Barnes open 3. No. Offensive rebound. Wemby, he threw it away. Thought Barnes was stationary in the near corner with 5.9 seconds left in the half. They go to Zach LaVine. Scampers over the timeline against Sohan. On a crossover. LaVine against Wemby. A runner. Nope. That ends first half. 65-50. Spurs. Third quarter coming up right after the half on 670 The Score in the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
Oh, my goodness, that was sick.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
Your health is the foundation of your family's future. With Medicaid's 12-month postpartum coverage, you have access to care that continues for a year after pregnancy. From postpartum checkups to mental health support, make sure you're strong and healthy for every step ahead. It's important to take care of yourself for you and your family. Don't wait. Learn more at nurtureyou-illinois.org. That's nurtureyou-illinois.org.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, football fans, it's Andrew Filipponi, host of the First and Pod podcast. Join me and my co-host, 3-time All-Pro Patrick Peterson, as we break down every game every week. New episodes drop on Monday and Friday mornings. Be sure to subscribe on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bulls fans, welcome to the Kia Halftime Show, brought to you by the Kia Telluride, official vehicle of the Chicago Bulls. Here's Chuck Swirsky.
Halftime here on the Bulls Network, Bulls and Spurs, and we're joined by our good friend Nick Friedel, who did a fantastic job as beat reporter for the Bulls for many, many years on different venues here in Chicago. He's been kind enough to join us on the Odyssey stations across the broadcasting network. And Nick, number one, good to see you. And let's talk about the face of the NBA. A lot of people think that the player we're looking at tonight, Victor Wembanyama, will be the face of this league once the era of Curry and LeBron and whatnot, Durant, leave.
Chucky will be because we've never seen anybody quite like him. He's an incredibly talented player who's just scratching the surface of what he will become. He's fun. And you and I both know you always can tell the difference with the great young players when you talk to the older guys in the league. When the stars from the previous generation start looking over and going, Wemby's pretty good. I've never seen something like it. That's when you start to pay attention, and he's pretty incredible.
Nick, you've been covering this league for a long time, and the Bulls just saw Alex Sarr from France. They saw Zachary Richichet from Atlanta. All these, Bilal Koulibaly from Washington. I mean, France, I don't know what type of leagues they come from or the development, but I mean, this country is here to stay. I think we saw that in the Olympics.
Very much so. And Chuck, I always go back to what every coach says before every game when you ask about players from international places, but specific to France, it seems to be, it's always the fundamentals. They are tutored well out there. There are a lot of different guys that are coming up. I can tell you from my own personal experience, being over there in France, I was shocked at how much the NBA has kind of gotten through. And you see people walking down the streets wearing different teams' jerseys, but you see kids playing basketball all over the place. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we will see over the course of the next 10, 20 years.
Well, and again, it's going to be interesting whether it's Cooper Flagg or another American to see who the next great American basketball player is. A lot of people maybe feel that Anthony Edwards, but my question, Nick, about Anthony Edwards, can he embrace the role of being a star player and what comes with being a star player other than I can score baskets? If you understand where I'm coming from.
Chuck, you've always taught me to be honest from the first time that we met about 20 years ago at this point. And the answer to me is no. I don't think at this stage of where Edwards is at in his career that he is able to accept everything that comes off the floor on top of on the floor, bringing it all full circle. I think that's what's so impressive. Certainly, you and I watched the beginning of Derrick Rose's career in Chicago. He had to represent the city a certain way. He wanted that responsibility. As I watch Edwards from a distance, it doesn't seem like he wants to be the face, because in order to be the face, you have to carry yourself a certain way all the time. It doesn't feel like he wants that right now.
Great stuff. Nick, as always, thanks. Great to see you back in Chicago. Appreciate it.
I miss you, my man.
All right, Nick Friedel of the Odyssey Network. This is Chuck Swirsky. We have third quarter coming up next. Bulls and Spurs from the United Center on the Bulls Basketball Network.
Bulls fans, Ayo DeSumo here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
Hey, football fans, are you obsessed with the game?
Oh, yeah.
Do you find yourself looking for breakdowns from every angle? For those who can't get enough, subscribe to Brian Baldinger's podcast, The Best Football Show, where he discusses the top teams and players from around the league each week.
That's what I watched this week. A dominant performance.
New episodes drop every weekday, including Trench Talk Tuesdays with former NFL lineman Mark Schlereth. Make sure to subscribe to The Best Football Show on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
A healthy tomorrow starts with taking care of yourself today. With Medicaid's 12-month postpartum coverage, you'll have coverage for care that continues through your baby's first year of life. Make sure you're getting the care you need. With care that automatically continues for 12 months after pregnancy, you'll be covered for the journey ahead. Learn more at nurtureyou-illinois.org. That's nurtureyou-illinois.org.
What happens when two Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Harris. Then at 2, Bernstein and Harris hand the mic to Spiegel and Holmes.
And Darnell Wright, for his pedigree,
should be better.
But
is he being affected by playing alongside the guys he's playing alongside?
I don't know. I know that the guy that they passed on to draft him, though, the spot that they traded away, he's going to the Pro Bowl.
But if you were telling me this was your first round pick who you were gushing over
his athleticism,
and he didn't know that he was taking the tight end conditioning drill,
wide receiver.
How many times do you think on a need play we can run right over him? Like that's how good he should be.
That's why I was hoping that they would put him and Tevin together on one side, but they decided not to do that. Plus Tevin doesn't stay healthy. It's a whole thing.
It's the magic of Score Transition, weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, Cubs fans, Cubs Convention weekend passes and hotel packages are now on sale. Enjoy the chance to meet and get autographs from your favorite past and present Cubs players. January 17th through the 19th at the Sheraton Grand Chicago. Purchase now at Cubs.com/convention.
Welcome back into 670 The Score. I'm Alyssa Bergamini on the Kia Halftime Show. The San Antonio Spurs lead the Bulls by 15, 65-50 here at halftime. The Bulls enter tonight's matchup as the 3-point home underdogs. That is courtesy of Circus Sports Illinois. And the total points, well, that was set at 236.5. Let's check in on the 2-player props that I've been looking at. For the Bulls, Kobe White has notched in 5 points through the half. His player prop was set at 18.5 points. So a lot of work left to cash out the over. And for the Spurs, the star, Victor Wembanyama, he has notched in 12 points through 17 minutes on the floor. Tracking his over 27.5 points, priced at -115. We are halfway home, and those were your courtside odds at the half, presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app today. You are listening to 670 The Score and the Kia Halftime Show on the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
Ball game over. Bulls win. It's time to dance.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
Hey guys, it's Jim Costa from Cash the Ticket. If you're betting the NFL playoffs, you need to be listening to Cash the Ticket. We're breaking down every single game, totals and sides, all the way to the big game. Subscribe to Cash the Ticket on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you've been busy this past holiday season, then it's time to finally focus on you. And that's where Macy's comes in. Come and treat yourself to something great, like rejuvenating skincare routines from Lancome, Estee Lauder, Clinique, Shiseido, Kiehl's, and more of your favorites. With so many great deals at Macy's, you'll be able to pick up a new cleanser and a new serum and a new moisturizer now during our Deals for Great Skin event. So what are you waiting for? Refresh your routine today at Macy's.
Gambling.
Betting, gaming, wagering, you name it.
Gambling in all its forms can be problematic for people at risk.
Professional counseling and a strong support group can be pivotal in a person's journey to recovery.
If you or your loved ones are chasing losses or borrowing to feed the bet,
are you really winning?
Way Back In is here to help.
With in-person therapy groups during the day and evening,
and with options for telehealth services,
we are here to help you live life in recovery from gambling.
Call Way Back In today.
1-833-DON'T bet. 1-833.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't bet.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Halftime score, Spurs 65-50 over the Chicago Bulls. Alex Kuhn, Robbie Triano in our 670 The Score studios. Gentlemen, thank you so much. All the ladies and gentlemen putting our broadcast together on the Bulls Network. Can't do it without you, so thank you. The great Rich White spinning the dials here at the United Center. It's been Victor Wembanyama. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 block shots in 17 minutes. Bulls are shooting 38% in 7 of 24 from three-point range. Why? Victor Wembanyama, the future face of the NBA, already a budding superstar in year 2 in the association. Third quarter coming up next, 670 The Score, Bulls Basketball Network.
Bulls fans, Kobe White here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
Hey, football fans, are you obsessed with the game?
Oh, yeah.
Do you find yourself looking for breakdowns from every angle? For those who can't get enough, subscribe to Brian Baldinger's podcast, The Best Football Show, where he discusses the top teams and players from around the league each week.
That's what I watched this week. A dominant performance.
New episodes drop every weekday, including Trench Talk Tuesdays with former NFL lineman Mark Schlereth. Make sure to subscribe to The Best Football Show on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts.
Family is everything.
And for the past 100 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
But it's only possible because of people like you.
All you have to do is go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
You'll make a difference in our lives every day.
There's a lot going on with the Bears. Get all the latest from the Take the North podcast, starring Mark Grody and Dan Wiederer.
Kevin Warren has got the controls. A shovel's got to go in the ground somewhere for a stadium. A head coach has to be hired.
The questions need to be asked about Caleb Williams. What's really going through his head in terms of who the next coach will be, and having had multiple play callers.
The Take the North podcast. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Appreciate you having the dial set. 670 The Score. Bulls Network. We're underway third quarter. Chuck, Bill, and listen as Kobe White left full court, tracks that dribble. Jump pass inside Giddy and almost threw it away. Booch recovers. Booch doubled on the ball. Left wing Levine, who had 11 in the second quarter, steps back. Left quarter 3. Nope. Rebound San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama. And that's a double-double for Wemby. That's his 15th on the year. 65-50 San Antonio. Wembanyama with a pull-up, 13-footer in the lane, up and good.
You know, Charlie, the thing about that move was he's crossed over like he was going to drive and then just stepped back like a guard would.
He's got a 14-10 in 3 game and 4 blocks. In 18 minutes, Giddy dribble drive on Wembanyama. Finger roll with right hand. No, Chris Paul with the board. Chris Paul navigating his way in right full court, left elbow. Vassell, and they go to Wemby. Harrison Barnes slices in, and the ball chopped out of his hands by Levine, and a foul on Zach.
I really like their transition. They had 3 guys cut through the lane
and their spacing
at one time, and their spacing was really good. So the Bulls, if they don't cover one of those guys cutting through the lane to the basket, they get a layup. And then when they do, the next guy coming through on the other side, Barnes, is open.
Barnes with a free throw up and good. We have never, ever, and I've been around a long time, folks, and I remember NBA basketball in the 60s. We have never seen a player in this league like Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, come on, Charlie. When I was a rookie, you saw me play.
That's true, and we've never seen another one like you.
Yep. I mean, and both our last names start with W-E, so we had so much in common.
That's true. Separated at birth. Dribble drive, Kobe on Barnes, up good. Nice dribble penetration by Kobe White. Kobe in 15 minutes with 5. The trailer with a touch. Barnes driving on Patrick Williams. And they go to Sohan with a spin on Giddy, tied up. Double pump, up and good. Just strength by Jeremy Sohan.
Sohan made that with 3 Bulls players right next to him.
He's a lottery pick out of Baylor, now in his 3rd year. Their drafting has been terrific. Here's Kobe White all the way to the rack. I mean, anybody could have drafted Victor, but the other picks, Vassell, Castle, Sohan. 71-54 San Antonio. Wemby drops a bounce pass behind the 3-point arc to Barnes. Double on the ball. They go to Wembanyama on the pump, steps to his right. Rainbow 3, way off the mark. Rebound Levine. That was not a good decision.
No, and it was challenged nicely.
Here's Vooch. Uncontested 3, no. 50-50 ball. Chris Paul with the board. Wembanyama has taken 5 threes. He averages 9 threes per game at 7-3. Spurs turn it over. Here's Levine on a 2-on-2. Dribble drive on Wemby. And then crosses over Wembanyama and puts down a 3 ball on the right side. Is that a 3 or a 2, Bill?
They gave him a 2.
Wow.
Joe is just on the line.
Yep. How about that? He froze Victor. I have a sneaking suspicion Victor's going to want the ball and get back to the Bulls on that one. Here's Wembanyama, left side 3, up good. Right on cue.
Yeah, it was coming.
Yeah.
He's
He's got that dog in him, Bill.
Yes.
That's what I love about him. Giddy shot blocked by Vassell.
Giddy tried to shoot that with the right hand. He should have a little hook shot with the left hand.
Paul with a pull-up. Air ball, top of the circle. The door is open at the United Center, and it goes out of bounds over the end line. Timeout, Bulls. Speaking of weather, please be careful, by the way, in the Chicago area. 74-56 Spurs, 8:57 to go third on the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
High to the rack and a right-handed dunk, going coast to coast.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
Family is everything.
And for the past 100 years, Shriners Hospitals for Children has become family to over 1.5 million kids.
In tough times and good times, they're there when we need them most.
But it's only possible because of people like you.
All you have to do is go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
You'll make a difference in our lives every day.
Power, comfort, maneuverability, versatility. It's what you come to expect when you take control of a New Holland machine. When you need a job done and done right, look no further than our expansive inventory of loaders, excavators, backhoes, and more to find a machine that's fit to the task. Visit your local New Holland dealer to shop now. New Holland Construction, beyond performance.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The 2024-25 City Edition Uniform and Retail Collection presented by Motorola Razor are available for purchase now. This year's uniform features clean and classic design inspired by the United Center. Visit bulls.com/city to learn more about the uniform, view the retail collection, and to purchase tickets to City Edition nights, which take place on Saturday home games this season. Well, Bulls not faring well here against San Antonio Spurs, and a lot of that is due to Victor Wembanyama, and he's got 17 points. Let's just call him Wemby.
Yeah.
Wembanyama. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists.
So, Bill, the Bulls fans are saying, wait a minute, they shot 54%, 23s against the Knicks. Here's a ball fake, outside three by Vooch. No offensive rebound. Levine dribble drop, double on the ball with the finish with the right hand. And Zach, after a tough start where he went 1 of 6, is now 8 of 15. He's got 17, 5, and 4. So how can you go from 54% 2 nights ago to 25%?
Really?
Well, let's
look at the Bulls.
Wembanyama, another 3 and another big splash. He is just wearing out Vooch, but he's wearing out everybody in the association. Trust me, folks.
It's a double-edged sword for the Bulls. If they shoot well, they do well.
Wembanyama with his 5th block. Bill. Spurs turn it over at 77-58 Spurs. Here is Kobe, left-hand dribble drive in the lane. Staggered drive to the rim on Barnes and the finish.
Nice drive to the bucket there.
This is what happens with the 3. Sometimes you're hot, and sometimes, unfortunately, you're not.
And this is a good defensive team. I'm really impressed with the way San Antonio is moving and chasing shooters.
Cassell, no. Put back right-handed slam, and that is Victor Wembanyama, who has taken over this game. He is putting on a show here at the United Center. Giddey banging away with ball. And the pass deflected by Wembanyama, recovered by Vooch. Left corner, Kobe. 4-3 good.
Nice pass by Vooch. Kobe wide open in the corner as San Antonio was already sprinting down the other end.
Kobe with his second 3 at 9 the other night. Vassell steps in left side 3. Nope. Offensive rebound. Sohan double on the ball. And Kobe ripped the ball away from Sohan. Here's a 4-on-2 for the Bulls. Levine, dribble drive, and he finds Vooch. A cut to the rim and a layup. Wow, Bill.
This is a nice layup right there. Again, transition bucket, great pass as Vooch cut hard to the rim.
79-65. Here's Chris Paul, can't finish. Loose ball. Here's Levine, 79-65 Spurs. Levine, sideline right. Now they go to Vooch, circle left, picks up the bounce, shoots on Wemby and drains it. And we got a timeout, Spurs, and the Bulls within 12 after trailing by 19. 79-67 Spurs, 6:32 to go third on the Bulls Basketball Network.
Bulls fans, Josh Giddey here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. Some are filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created the Kids Daily Multivitamin, a chewable vitamin with 15 plus essential vitamins and minerals. Some kids' vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, and sugar is known to contribute to a variety of health issues. Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Hiya is made with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and helps support kids' immune systems, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, and more. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, and nut-free. Hiya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. To receive 50% off your first order, go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar. Go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Harris. Then at 2, Bernstein and Harris hand the mic to Spiegel and Holmes.
And Darnell Wright, for his pedigree, should be better.
But is he being affected by playing alongside the guys he's playing alongside?
I don't know. I know that the guy that they passed on to draft him, though, the spot that they traded away, he's going to the Pro Bowl this year.
But if you were telling me this was your first round pick who you were gushing over
his athleticism,
and he didn't know that he was taking the tight end conditioning drill,
wide receiver one.
How many times do you think on a need play we can run right over him? Like that's how good he should be.
That's why I was hoping that they would put him and Tevin together on one side, but they decided not to do that. Plus Tevin doesn't stay healthy. It's a whole thing.
It's the magic of Score Transition, weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The new 1966 retail collection is here, designed in-house by the Bulls. The line features Sea Red, Benny the Bulls, Lost Bulls, City Edition, and sports collections, and is available in styles and sizes for everyone. Shop the collection at shop.bulls.com or the Madhouse Team Store.
Big ovation. Luol Deng, Joakim Noah remain in the city after honoring Derrick Rose the other night. Had a nice chat with Luol, who is the Basketball Federation, just signed a new contract as the president of the Basketball Federation for South Sudan, who qualified for the Olympics, Bill.
Okay. Nice.
You know, I asked him whether or not he has a young 3-year-old daughter. And I said, do you have aspirations to run for political office in South Sudan? Here's Victor, steps back, 16-footer topside Noah. That all of a sudden, Bill, the Spurs have gone cold, and Williams stumbles to the rim. Finger roll right hand on Wemby. Good.
That's a nice move right there. And the Bulls now on a 9-0 run.
Yep. They pulled within 10. Wembanyama beyond the three-point arc. He's going to let it fly. The top side three. Too strong. Rebound Levine. Bill, the Bulls chip it away here against the San Antonio Ball Club. Here is Kobe all the way to the cup of the scoop, and a block by Wembanyama.
That was goaltending.
That was goaltending. No question, the officials missed it. I don't know how you missed it. And a runner by Vassell, no. Rebound Bulls.
It hit the backboard first.
Yes, it did. Boy. Here's Levine. Levine against Sohan. Steps back. High-low feed to Boots. Double pump, triple pump. Up and good. He squeezed in on Wembanyama. And Bill, it's an 8-point deficit for the Bulls.
And that was a foul, too. Wemby hit Vooch.
Sohan with a post up on Kobe, banging away on a shade on a double from Levine. In front to Paul. Paul, line to the lane, double on the ball, got bumped, flips it up, calls the foul. They're going to call this continuation, Bill, shooting 2.
Yep. Vooch is lucky that Patrick Williams went and got the ball, because Vooch kind of looked at it, was upset with the call, so just kind of dropped the ball out. It was rolling in behind the stanchion into the stands.
So just to finish my thought on Luol, I said, Luke, do you have any political aspirations? Because South Sudan is a very young nation.
Yep.
And he is so highly respected and regarded. Paul makes the free throw. And he said, no, he's not really into politics, can do more to help his countrymen in the basketball world.
Yep. Oh, very good. But he's a guy, very smart. Really a great person.
Yes.
And is knowledgeable about a lot of things. And I think you're right. I think if he ran, he would be very popular there. But there is a lot of things you can do behind the scenes without being the front face, trying to do it yourself or change things in the front. It's difficult.
Yep. 2 free throws by Paul. Here's Vooch attacking the rim. Up, got it with a right hand on Basti. I'll tell you what, I think the Bulls are targeting with Vooch on Basti every time he collects the block.
Yep, and we are in the third quarter, sponsored by AARP. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Paul on Kobe White, line to the lane with a pull-up foul line. 15-footer is good, Chris Paul. And he stares down his head coach, and they have so much respect for each other. The former head coach of OKC, Billy Donovan. Here's Kobe again, Proby. In front, Boots, top side 3, short, long rebound off the hands of Paul. Taken away by Paul. And a pull-up, left side 3 ball by Paul. Chris Paul has scored, Bill, the last 7 points for the Spurs.
And they've needed them because the Bulls were on a little run.
And then we're going to have a foul. Keldon Johnson fouls Kobe. Keldon Johnson got the worst of that. He got banged in the upper torso area.
Yep.
He's bent over. He got a stinger, Bill.
Yep. Points in the Paint right now, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transfer your home with premium color and quality. How about the Bulls with 40 points in the paint right now to 32 by the San Antonio Spurs.
He's going to be side out of bounds with 18 on the clock, 4:09 left third, 86-73 San Antonio. Levine, who has 17 for the Bulls, dribble, drive, foul line right. Boot slips and falls to the floor. Levine with an up and under, and he missed the shot on an off balance, but draws the foul on Castle, and Levine will get 2, where the Bulls have taken only 1 free throw tonight, and that was Zach Levine on a 3-point play.
And Vooch still complaining. He got tripped in the middle of the lane and wasn't called. Still upset about it. Zach going to the foul line, and Zach has been to the foul line one time so far tonight. He did make that, and he makes his second right there. He's got one more coming.
As Levine now 2 of 2, and the Bulls are 2 of 2. Only 6 free throw attempts for the Spurs in the ball game. And it's interesting, Bill. We just saw Chris Paul make a couple of free throws. Do you realize, Bill, he is shooting a league high 98%. He has made 51 of 52 free throws this year.
Wow.
51 of 52.
That's amazing.
And another free throw up and good by Zach. 4 minutes left here, third. 86-75 San Antonio. Running baseline left, double pump. Castle had his shot blocked, but he retrieves. 13 on the clock. Here's Castle against Vooch. The send out wide left to Chris Paul. Paul against Vooch again. They do a lot of switching with Paul with Vooch. 3 on the clock. On a pump and a drive step, back Castle off balance. 3, no, long rebound to Levine. Accelerates over the timeline on Champagny to the rim. No, put back. No, it's loose. Giddey comes down with the ball, and it went over the end line. It's going to be Spurs ball. I thought that was a foul, Bill.
I think Zach thought it was a foul, too. He's walking back like, what's going on? And he kind of got bumped out of bounds and was taken behind the stanchion.
You know what, Bill?
And I'm going to be honest with you. Giddey had the ball and was thinking about throwing it. But if he threw it, it would have went right to San Antonio. So it was better to take the turnover. But Billy Donovan's still arguing.
86-75 Spurs, 3:22 left, third. Right here on 670 the score. And the Bulls network, and off the ball, we're going to have a foul. They get Vooch on Bassey, Bill?
He rode Bassey up from the low post all the way to the 3-point line.
Well, Bassey is not a good free throw shooter. This is going to be side out of bounds. 14 on the clock, 3:18 to go. Here in the third, 86-75 San Antonio. The Bulls have won 4 out of their last 5. Spurs 5-5 in their last 10. The cell, dribble drive on Levine. Triple team, the scoop, no. Tipped in the air, controlled by the Bulls. And it's Lonzo. Lonzo races over the midcourt line. Lonzo drops it for Giddey. Giddey, Bolden looking, and a pass intended for Bazelis. Tipped away out of bounds by Champagny just to our left on the near sideline.
See what Bazelis did, though? As soon as the ball got tipped, he pulled his hands away and just let it go out of bounds. That's a smart play. It is so hard to catch that when you're standing on the sideline. The ball gets tipped right before you.
Levine against Castle, a very solid defensive wing. Dribble drive. Levine on Bassey. Up. No. The cell over the midcourt line. And he goes to Johnson. Going upstairs. And a pass intended for Bassey. Broken up by Lonzo. All the way down the floor. And a two-handed slam. Zach Levine from Lonzo.
Lonzo threw a nice pass. It was underhand with a little English on it. So when it bounced, it didn't go high. It kind of went forward a little bit. Perfect for Zach to go up and get it.
Another display of brilliance for Alonzo Ball. Castle, a deep 30-foot left wing 3 right down the pipe. It's 89-77 Spurs, 2:17 left third. Vooch steps into a 3. In and out, no. Vassell with the rebound. Vassell in 26 minutes with 11. They go left side. Champagny lines up a 3. Back-to-back jacks for San Antonio. But what are they doing from three-point range?
They're 13 of 33, 39%. Bulls are 8 of 30.
Lonzo with a runner with the left hand on Bassey, up and good. Over the timeline now, Castle. Castle at the foul line. Castle against Vooch. Whips a left corner pass. Here's a shot taken and missed by Keldon Johnson. Bulls once again on the run, and Lonzo dribble drive, and we've got a reach-in foul on San Antonio.
Champagny came in and knocked it up, and actually not a bad foul. He raised his hands right away, stopped the transition. It wasn't a clear path because they had a couple defenders back, but Bulls had the advantage as a 3-on-2.
Again, wholesale changes late third quarter, giving these players that are coming out a rest with the break between periods. And, Bill, we've got Giddey, Ball, Williams, White on the floor. Here's Lonzo, and a pass intended for Giddey, and it goes over the end line out of bounds.
A substitution sponsored by Remy Martin.
What are they calling here? Did it win off San Antonio? And the officials are confused, Bill, and Giddey wants to put the ball in play in a hurry.
A substitution sponsored by Remy Martin, the official spirit of Bulls Radio. Team up for excellence.
and the officials are totally confused. Jonathan Sterling was right there, Bill, and he has no idea who has possession.
Yeah, they're challenging this, and I believe they're correct. We're getting a replay right now. Lonzo throws the ball. You know what they might get, though, Charlie? Foul. Lonzo Ball, his arm was grabbed by
that's true.
Jones. So
that's true. You could make that call. This
now.
New this year, yeah.
Yep.
Well, again, we have a lot of ball left. 1:34 to go, late third, 92-79 San Antonio. Spurs biggest lead at one stage, 19. Bulls have never led. We'll be in Indianapolis on Wednesday. Pre-game coverage 5:45 right here on the Bulls Network.
And Charlie, they're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. And it definitely goes off the Bulls, but if they call a foul, which they could, Jones definitely grabs Giddy's arm. Lonzo Ball's arm.
Again, no Io Dosumu tonight or Torrey Craig. What do we got here, Bill?
After review, we see that the ball is not stolen off by a ball out of bounds. It's going to be San Antonio's basketball. The challenge will be deemed successful. Since it is successful and we're outside the mandatory timeout window, San Antonio will retain their timeout and gain an additional challenge for the game.
All right, so that is Ben Taylor, year number 12. He's only 40 years young. He's already done 39 playoff games and 1 finals game. He's one of the bright young referees in this association already. 12 years as an official, and they got it right. At the end of the day, Bill, that's what it's all about, right?
Wrong.
Well, you're always right.
Yeah, but the Bulls are supposed to win all the time.
Wembanyama comes off the screen. No long rebound saved in play by Trey Jones, getting the loose balls. Offensive rebounds. Wembanyama wants it touched. Puts it on the deck against Lonzo. Left side, Keldon Johnson. Fly by Giddey. Here's a floater by Keldon Johnson. No. Rebound, Smith with a handoff to Kobe White. Down the floor, leaking out. Patrick Williams on Wembanyama, and a foul, sending Williams to the floor.
And that's what Patrick Williams and everyone has to do. He went up hard and strong to dunk the ball. And Wemby, got a piece of it, but he fouled him. And that's what you got to do. Unfortunately, it's just the first foul of Wemby because he's the first guy that really went up and challenged. Now, Wemby's blocked shots, but that's because the Bulls have gone up and tried to finesse it.
Yep. So Williams with the first of 2 up and good. He's only the second Bull to take free throws tonight. Levine 3 of 3. The season low for attempts for the Bulls, 6 at Atlanta on December the 26th. That's when Javon Carter went off for 7 threes. Williams goes 1 of 2 and fight for the rebound. Kept in play by Keldon Johnson. Well, can I be a little bit greedy here? I love Patrick, what he's done, 3 triples.
Yep.
How many rebounds tonight for Williams?
That would be 0.
Champagny topside 3. Hit back rim, no. Rebound, Giddey. A 92-80 San Antonio. Here's Giddey weaving over the midcourt line, left forecourt foul line right. To Lonzo, lets it fly, 3, rim, no. Jalen Smith with the offensive putback.
And Smith had to pull the ball out to the side and kind of flip it in like a little righty hook shot.
Smith with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 25 seconds left third. 92-82 Spurs. Castle against Williams. Castle turns baseline right. Left side, Champagny steps into a 3 and scores. Quickly down the floor. 15 seconds to go here in the third with Kobe. Trots over the Bulls logo. Left full court calls out of play. Let's see what the Bulls run here. We're down to the final 5 seconds. Kobe straight on, rolling to his right. Here's Kobe. Kobe stops, pops, baseline right, no. And at the end of 3, 95-82 San Antonio on the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Nikola Vucevic here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on the Bulls Radio Network, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones, and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way.
Help children like Sebastian by joining the Shriners Children's family. When you donate, you will help provide the most amazing care to children in your community and around the world, regardless of the family's ability to pay. Show your support and give at loveshriners.org today.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
Hey, football fans, it's Patrick Peterson, former 3-time All-Pro NFL cornerback, and now the new host of First and Pod, the podcast that breaks down every game, every week, with new episodes dropping every Monday and Friday mornings. Plus, I'll be highlighting key matchups for DBs around the league on Patrick's Corner. Be sure to subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Cubs fans, Cubs Convention weekend passes and hotel packages are now on sale. Enjoy the chance to meet and get autographs from your favorite past and present Cubs players. January 17th through the 19th at the Sheraton Grand Chicago. Purchase now at Cubs.com/convention.
Now that the Bears offseason is underway, the Scores Bears coverage will focus on franchise-altering decisions. Most importantly, the hiring of a new head coach.
This will be the most coveted job in the National Football League.
What will the Bears be looking for in a new coach?
We need an individual who has extremely high standards, who is tough, who is demanding, who seeks and will win championships.
DJ Moore.
When Ryan Poles called you, what did he say?
He was just going to get this thing turned around, and a leader of men will be in here for the next coach.
Which names will be atop the Bears' wish list?
When Mike Vrabel came in, I just said 2 words: Mike Ditka.
The lists are going to be long, but I would limit it to almost Mike Vrabel, Cliff Kingsbury, Brian Flores, Joe Brady, and Ben Johnson.
I would be more apt to want a Kevin O'Connell type. You got to make it up to the quarterback.
For all the latest on the Bears coaching search, keep it locked on Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome back into 670 The Score. The Bulls trail the Spurs 95-82 entering the final frame. The Bulls opened as the 3-point underdogs. Total points that was set at 236.5. Courtside odds are presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Download the Circus Sports Illinois app today. Chuck Bill, back to you courtside.
And we're back. Thank you, Alyssa. As the quarter starts, how about the turnovers? Bulls have 10 turnovers, given up 15 points. San Antonio, 11 turnovers. The Bulls only have 12 points off it.
Here's a high-low feed and a lob to the rim, and Castle with the finish from Victor Wembanyama.
Victor now with 4 assists, and that's his second lob for a dunk.
Lonzo, dribble drive, circle left, and he's going upstairs, intended for Jalen Smith, and the ball goes out of bounds, not even close. It's a rare miscue by Lonzo as far as his superb passing abilities. And Victor turned it over. Wavens with the steal down the floor. Lonzo and Giddey with the finish with the left hand on an assist. And Mitch Johnson burns a timeout. 40 seconds in. 97-84 Spurs. 670 The Score in the Bulls Radio Network.
This is where the Bulls play.
Ball game over. Bulls win.
Listen to Chuck and Bill call all the action right here on the Chicago Bulls Radio Network.
How would you like to get in the best shape, the healthiest shape of your life for less than $5 a day? I'm Body CEO Carl Deichler. That's Body with an I. And I've got your healthy bundle with a world-class workout, healthy eating plan, plus the healthiest and most delicious nutrition shake that will make you feel amazing and really improve your digestion, if you know what I mean. All for less than $5 a day. This is your healthy bundle, your workout, your easy eating plan, and a delicious nutrition shake called Shakeology. And if you don't lose up to 10 to 15 pounds in your first 3 weeks, I'll give you your money back. Imagine a trainer and dietitian giving you all this for less than $5 a day, plus a healthy superfood shake that curbs cravings, helps you lose weight, and gives you healthy energy. It's unprecedented, and it's your healthy bundle. So write down this web address. Go to yourhealthybundle.com. That's yourhealthybundle.com and see how healthy and fit you can get for less than $5 a day.
Hey guys, it's Jim Costa from Cash the Ticket. If you're planning on betting the NFL playoffs, buckle up. Betting football's hard enough as it is. We're doing the research for you. So listen to Cash the Ticket with Mike Valeni and I. We'll be dropping new episodes for every single playoff game. And that's going to be storylines leading into it, so some good football stuff, but also the betting nuggets you're looking for. Sides, totals, trends, player props, throw those in there too. Pre-game and post-game, we're going to be all over the postseason. Subscribe to Cash the Ticket on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're back at the United Center. Charlie is coming down to three-point shooting again. Bulls 8 of 31, just 25%. San Antonio 14 of 37, 37%. Bulls do have points in the paint, 48 to 34 on the second chance points is because the Bulls have 11 offensive rebounds. And Charlie, I got one for you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you call a line of men waiting for haircuts?
I have no idea. A line of men waiting for a haircut. So I would say waiting for a barber.
No, that's close. That's actually a good guess, but it's a barbecue.
Okay. Hey, I have one for you.
Okay.
A dad joke. What did the bald man say to a man with a hairpiece?
What?
You should just stay bald. Here's Castle. And they go left corner. Keldon Johnson, 3 ball, no rebound. Patrick Williams.
You should just stay bald? Don't quit your night job.
Williams back to Zach, 2 jab steps, fires it up on Castle and knocks it down. And here we go again, folks. Bulls within 10, and we have 10:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Wemby against Jalen Smith. Smith has played a terrific game off the bench. Wemby, and they go Champagny. And the right elbow to Castle with 7 on the clock. We have played 90 seconds, fourth quarter. Castle dances off left, works one-on-one with Levine, 18-footer in front. No, rebound Smith. Bulls can move to within 8 or 7 with a hoop here. Levine backs it out against Champagny. Smith sets a screen. Now they got Wemby playing Levine. Zach, 3 ball. Bam! Here come the Bulls, ladies and gentlemen.
A nice Zach shot right there. Just lined up the defense, measured him up, steps back, gets a shot. Wemby looked like he was going to switch, but he didn't.
97-90. San Antonio. Wembanyama. Bounce pass in front to Keldon Johnson against Giddey. 5 on the clock. Keldon Johnson crossing over. Deep in the lane with a floater. Good.
They just went one-on-one right at Giddey. Opened up the whole middle of the court for him.
Yes. Here's Kobe, turns hard. Baseline left to the rim. No. Did Wemby get a piece of that, Bill?
No, but he made him change it a lot.
Here's Jones, and they go to Keldon Johnson to the rim. Forced it up. No. Draws a foul and shoots 2. You know, Bill, I've always been a Keldon Johnson fan at Kentucky. Won Olympic gold. And, you know, now he's coming off the bench. His 33rd game, he's coming off the bench. And his shooting stats are down. And I'm just wondering, Bill, you know, I think he's a lot better player than what I've seen this year.
I agree. And maybe he's adjusting to the game. And again, there's a lot of players, if you're used to starting and you get relegated to the bench and have to make that change, it takes a little time to get used to it. And there's frustration because you may think you're a starter. As the fans getting excited here because Johnson missed the first of 2.
And second attempt. No! Offensive rebound, Champagny. Another offensive rebound that the Spurs have beaten the Bulls on the block.
Yeah, Billy
That's
Donovan,
unacceptable.
not happy. Billy Donovan is really upset.
And then Castle to the rim and he's fouled. You know, Bill, I'll tell you, there's so many rumors out there. And again, you know, you can have any rumors from quote-unquote insiders, whatever that means. But, you know, De'Aaron Fox, you know, obviously he was not on the same page with Mike Brown. Doug Christie, by the way, who's won 4 straight.
How about that?
Yeah, as the interim head coach. But, Bill, there are all kinds of rumors that the Spurs could be interested in De'Aaron Fox. Another missed free throw. 3 straight by the Spurs. If they get De'Aaron Fox, I would think Keldon Johnson would be in that deal.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to match contracts. And picks. Castle again. It is up. Got it. Again, the Spurs get Atlanta's pick. It's unprotected. The Bulls are protected 1 to 10 in the DeMar DeRozan sign and trade. You said, Bill, they have the possibility of 4 first rounds?
Yeah, then they could get their first pick.
Here's Levine against Wemby. Dribble drive to the rim. Up. Got it. He protected the ball. And then Giddy with the steal to Levine. And Zach is tripped up. 192 San Antonio. 8:53 left here in the fourth.
And that was a great cut by Zach, but saw Wemby right behind him, so he tried to clear the ball, but tripped up on Wemby's foot. And Billy Donovan yelling out directions to get guys in the right position for the out-of-bounds play.
Gideon play to Smith. Smith against Wemby with a handoff coming off the screen. Kobe, and he got stripped on an attempted pass off. Back to Smith over the timeline. Trey Jones to Wemby. Flat foot, left side three. Got it. Oh, they're going to wave it off. That's going to be an offensive foul off the ball on Trey Jones.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, he ran into Smith, wouldn't let him get out to it. Yep.
This is Zach Levine time right here. Turns the corner, and we have a hand check and a foul on Castle. 192 San Antonio with 8:35 left here in the fourth. Again, the biggest lead for the Spurs, 19. Bulls have never led. They jumped on the Bulls early in the first quarter. Here's Levine, toys with that dribble against Castle. Slides to his right, lines up a three. No, rebound, and it is San Antonio. Champagne to Wemby with the outlet to Trey Jones. Jones on a crossover against Smith. Dribble drive right to left on the inline. Foul line left Wemby with his back to the rim on Giddy. Now they get Castle to Wemby in a two-man game. Baseline left. Floats a pass, Champagne. Right side three, no. Tipped in the air by Wemby. And we have a foul on San Antonio.
Oh, wow.
Or are they going to call that the tip hit the 24-second clock? No foul.
I thought if it was that, they're saying Wemby hit it. I thought Giddy hit it, but we'll take it.
I'll tell you what, Bill. This game right now is ready for the taking for the Bulls.
Yes.
Here is Giddy at the point. Giddy at the top of the key. Giddy to Jalen Smith. Driving on Wemby to the rim. No. Put back. Another block by Wemby. Double pump. And another block by Wemby and a late whistle and a foul.
I was going to say, if they didn't call that foul, because there was a couple fouls before that. And Smith kind of went, and again, he went to the rim, but he didn't go aggressively. He tried to get it around through Wemby's arms. You got to go hard at him.
Wemby in 30 minutes, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and 8 block shots. He had a 10 block shot game earlier this season against Portland. And the free throws up and good by Jalen Smith. Smith in 13 minutes with 8 points, 8 rebounds. It's a 7-point lead for the Spurs. 7:48 left here in the fourth.
A little fan behind us wearing Bulls gear is yelling, miss it. I turned around and wanted to see if he was a San Antonio, but he's wearing Bulls stuff.
194 San Antonio. Here's a pass inside. Jordan Johnson with a two-handed dunk from Castle. I tell you, Castle's basketball IQ is off the charts. Here's Levine driving on Castle. Castle staying right with him side by side. Levine with a post-up on Castle. To the rim, double pump, draws the foul, rimmed out, shoots two. Where Zach is 3 of 3. Zach with 29. Bill, if he makes one of these free throws, this will be his fourth 30-point game in his last 5.
Yeah, he's playing real well. And nice little pump fake right there. Saw Wemby there, so wanted to make sure that he got him at least off balance, which was able to get the contact.
Free throws up and good, and there's your 30-point game.
Yep.
He had 37 against Atlanta, 33 against the Knicks, 32 against Washington, and now, Bill, he's got 30 against the Spurs. Bill, he is averaging, after he makes this free throw, with plenty of time left with 7:20 to go in the fourth, he's averaging in the month of January in 3 games, 31 points.
Well, in the last 5 games, he's averaging 29. But, yes, the last 3 games, 31 is huge.
And Wemby came in, Bill, in his last 9 games, averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds. 102-96. This is a 6-point lead. This is the closest the Bulls have been since the opening quarter.
Yep.
Barnes to Wemby against Jalen Smith. They clear the left side, cranks it up, hair ball. And here is Kobe. Bulls with momentum on their side. Here's Kobe against Chris Paul. Rainbow three. Yes! Big time! Onions, Kobe White. 102-99 San Antonio with 6:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. This crowd really into the ball game now. Vassell, circle left on Smith. They go to Wembanyama with his back to the rim on Lonzo. Wembanyama with the spin to the rim, up, bank shot, no. Draws the foul, shoots two. Wembanyama's first free throw attempt tonight, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And Victor on the season, 87%.
Just not a lot of free throws in the game tonight at all. This will be foul shots 10 and 11. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to 670 The Score on the Bulls Radio Network.
Mully here. We've got your Bulls talk on the Mully and Haw Show, 5:30 to 10 on the Score and Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR Chicago, WBMX-HD2 Chicago.
Victor Wembanyama missed the first of a two-shot foul, and the free throw shooting has deserted the Spurs, Bill.
It absolutely has, and they've taken 11 now. They're 6 of 11, 54%. They missed 3 just a couple minutes ago.
They came in 7th in the league at 79%. Wembanyama takes a deep breath. He has played 31 minutes. Another attempt. Got it. Wembanyama, 23 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 block shots. 103-99 Spurs, 6.5 to play. Ball going upstairs, and this right-handed dunk by Levine. And it's San Antonio ball in transition. Vassell against Ball. That was a beautiful pass by Lonzo, and Levine went just hard with the right hand on a dunk, and then the Spurs turned it over. Williams on Paul, and Paul ripped that ball away from Williams, and Paul wants a challenge. And the Spurs are looking at the assistants whether or not to challenge. And Mitch Johnson, the interim head coach, still waiting for his assistant as Wembanyama is going to the bench, and they're going to challenge this.
And they should, because it went off Patrick Williams. And they're taking a second look. And second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. And we're going to take a quick break. Chuck and I will be back right after this on 670 The Score on the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fan Zach Levine here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for the Chicago Bulls.
Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones, and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way.
Help children like Sebastian by joining the Shriners Children's family. When you donate, you will help provide the most amazing care to children in your community and around the world, regardless of the family's ability to pay. Show your support and give at loveshriners.org today.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
Now that the Bears offseason is underway, the Score's Bears coverage will focus on franchise-altering decisions. Most importantly, the hiring of a new head coach.
This will be the most coveted job in the National Football League.
What will the Bears be looking for in a new coach?
We need an individual who has extremely high standards, who is tough, who is demanding, who seeks and will win championships.
DJ Moore.
When Ryan Poles called you, what did he say?
He was just going to get this thing turned around, and a leader of men going to be in here for the next coach.
Which names will be atop the Bears' wish list?
When Mike Vrabel came in, I just said 2 words: Mike Ditka.
The lists are going to be long, but I would limit it to almost Mike Vrabel, Cliff Kingsbury, Brian Flores, Joe Brady, and Ben Johnson.
I would be more apt to want a Kevin O'Connell type. You got to make it up to the quarterback.
For all the latest on the Bears coaching search, keep it locked on Chicago Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Okay, so that's with bacon, cheese, lettuce, tomato, grilled onions, ketchup, and hold the pickles.
You know what you like. You wouldn't order your burger just any way. Why should your sports talk be any different? With chapters on the free Odyssey app, you can choose the topics that matter to you most. Whether it's reactions, matchup previews, injury updates, or team news, quickly find what you really care about. Your football talk, your way. Download the free Odyssey app and start listening today.
And we're back at the United Center. Chicago Bulls making a late game push right here. They're down 103-99, 4-point game with 6:09 left. It's time for our great stat of the game, sponsored by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. And how about the Bulls with points in the paint right now? They have 50 points in the paint to the 38 by the Spurs. That's our great stat of the game, brought to you by Great Clips. It's gonna be great. And Charlie, there was a challenge, and it was overturned.
Yep. You called it, Bill. Good eyes.
So it's San Antonio ball. It went off of and Patrick Williams. I'm sorry.
103-99 San Antonio. Booch back in. Vassell, the great jumper, no. And we're going to have a loose ball foul. I believe they're going to get Williams. Yep.
Wow.
Vassell hit the deck. But, Bill, we can expect now with Booch and Bassi on the floor that the Bulls should target Bassi. Booch has been extremely successful in the paint against him.
Yeah, and that Patrick Williams just went for the ball. He tried to block the shot by Bassi, and that was great, but then he didn't box him out. He just turned and went for the ball, and that's how he got the foul. Wow.
10 on the shot clock against the Bulls, who have set a current season high in the game with 12 steals. Barnes on Giddey. Giddey blocked the shot. Here's Giddey over the timeline. 4-on-3. Giddey going coast to coast. Rejected by Vassell. And now San Antonio with the numbers in right front court. Vassell in a pump. Vassell gives it up in the right elbow to Keldon Johnson. And Johnson slides right to left in the lane. Stops, pops, way off the mark. Rebound Booch. Bulls ball, 103-99. San Antonio. We're at the 5.5-minute mark. Kobe brings it on high screen for Booch. Kobe at the foul line. Kobe dribble drive and a foul.
I love the fact that he attacked the ball, went right to the rim, and picked up the foul. I believe it was on Bassi. And that's what the Bulls have done. And that's how they've gotten successful here in the second half, Charlie. He's attacking the rim, getting points in the paint.
Yep.
And even when Wemby was in the game, they went right at him and challenged him.
Kobe's free throw up and good. You know, it's interesting. We have not seen Zach Collins. And Collins normally in the rotation as a big man, but he has been nailed to the bench tonight. And they're going with Bassi. 103-100 San Antonio, and Kobe's free throw is up and good. And folks, we have a 2-point game. 5:15 to go for it. Chris Paul zigzags, dribble drive against Booch. Paul, the fade, the fire, got it from 12 feet right side.
He just took the ball to the side, and no one cut that time. He was looking for someone to pass the ball to, but he just raised up and shot it.
Now Levine, double pump, gives it up to Kobe. Kobe off the side screen to Levine. Kobe in the middle of the floor in left full court. Kobe between the legs, dribble against Vassell. Dribble drive, left angle. Shot rejected by Sohan, and then Paul threw it off. Giddey out of bounds over the end line. Heads up play by Chris Paul.
Well, what great hustle. I mean, he knew he couldn't save it, but he threw it off of Giddey's feet out of bounds. Wow.
Wow is right, Bill. 12 blocked shots for the Spurs, 8 by Wemby. Paul again negotiates his way. The fade, the fire on Booch, and an 18-footer on the right is good. Timeout, Billy Donovan. 107-101 Spurs. 4:25 to go here in the fourth quarter on 670 The Score in the Bulls Radio Network.
Bulls fans, Patrick Williams here. This is where the Bulls play. Listen to every game right here on Sports Radio 670 The Score, Chicago's official radio home for Bulls basketball.
Hey, football fans, it's Patrick Peterson, former 3-time All-Pro NFL cornerback, and now the new host of First and Pod, the podcast that breaks down every game, every week, with new episodes dropping every Monday and Friday mornings. Plus, I'll be highlighting key matchups for DBs around the league on Patrick's Corner. Be sure to subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. Who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
18,886 watching this contest tonight here at the United Center. 107-101 San Antonio. Chuck Swirsky, Bill Weddington, Alyssa Bergametti, Bill and Alyssa post-game coverage. But we have a lot of hoops left. Bulls ball, 107-101 Spurs. Vooch drags that dribble on the left elbow with a hand off to Zach Levine, who's poured in 31. They go to Vooch underneath on Bassi. And the jump pass to White. And Vooch was sent to the floor, and we're going to have a foul on San Antonio on the pass off.
Chris Paul came in and whacked at him. I tell you what, the Bulls are right there, made it a 2-point game, and Chris Paul with 2 big shots. I mean, Wemby so far has been the guy, but Chris Paul here in the fourth quarter has really done a great job to kind of get San Antonio back on track, at least a little bit here so far. Vooch makes the first.
You know what's interesting, Bill? Chris Paul challenged his team a month ago and said, everyone says I'm here just to help Wemby. He goes, I'm here to win games. I'm not here just to help Wemby.
Yep.
He goes, I want to win. I've been doing this for 20 years. And by the way, he's never been to a finals, but he wants to win. This isn't just like a Band-Aid for him.
No. You're 100% correct. He wants to win because he also understands winning a championship is time is starting to run out.
Yep, 107-103. Here's Paul with a pull-up left side three.
Wow.
Yeah. How many times do you think Billy Donovan has seen this with OKC as his captain and obviously mentor to so many young Thunder players?
He's got the last 7 points for San Antonio.
Here's Kobe driving in traffic. Kobe stops, pops, 3-ball, no. Flying in for the rebound, no. Patrick Williams double pump, up rim, no. Rebound off the hands, and Bassi has it. Wow. Oh, the Bulls had so many good looks.
Patrick Williams was right there on the rim for it. Just couldn't corral it in.
Well, Chris Paul is taking over this game. Now they pinch him with a double, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Yeah, they're going to call this on Bassi.
Oh, my.
When Wembanyama returns, 3:19 to play here in the fourth. 110-103, San Antonio. All right, so Bill, what do you do here? You get the ball to Levine?
Absolutely, give the ball to Levine right now. He's had the hot hand, although Lonzo Ball just checks it back in the game here.
Levine with the 31-7-6 game. He's been outstanding. And for that matter, he's been outstanding all season long. Here's Levine, triple drive, fires left corner pass. Boots, rainbow three. Yes! Big time shot. Wemby got over there late on the near corner, and it's 110-106 San Antonio. We are at the 3-minute mark, folks. Don't leave us right here on Bulls Radio. Chris Paul against Lonzo Ball over the midcourt line. Drifts off to the left, inside Wemby. Left corner Sohan, 4-3. No! Rebound Vooch. Here come the Bulls, folks, with Levine. You know he wants it. He's going to pull up left side three. Got back-to-back jacks for the Bulls. And it's a 1-point Spurs lead with 2:33 left here in the fourth quarter. Wow.
And this is where San Antonio is starting to get a little like deer in headlights. They're starting to look around like, uh-oh.
Wemby top side three. Remy, no rebound. Levine and the Bulls can take their first lead right here. Levine over the midcourt line. Levine pressured on a double team, Sohan and Paul. Here's Levine against Paul. Triple drive, top of the key. Williams, right side for the lead. Air ball. Saved and played by Booch, but his foot was on the end line out of bounds. Spurs ball with 2:05 to play. 110-109 San Antonio.
Great opportunity right there. Patrick Williams, I think he got the ball just a tad late. Zach held on to it a second too long, but it was a good play.
Chris Paul. Over the midcourt line, we have 10 on the shot clock. High screen from Wemby. Chris Paul lets it fly, left side three. No. Rebound Levine, and the Bulls once again with an opportunity to take the lead. Here is Levine, crosses the 8-second line. Levine at the top of the circle. Levine at the top of the key, spins on Sohan, turnaround jumper, rim down, rebound, Wembanyama. They go to Paul to Vassell. Devin Vassell over the timeline with a belt-high left-hand dribble between the circles with 13 on the clock. Dances off and sprays to the right. Wemby wants a touch and he gets it on a clear out against Vooch on the right elbow. Wemby lowers that right shoulder with 4 on the clock. One bounce, jump shot, no. Rebound, 50-50 ball. Chris Paul took it away from two Bulls on a reload on the clock with 9 on the clock. 65 seconds to go. Here's Chris Paul, mid-range jumper, no. And Lonzo kept it in play to Kobe. What a play by Lonzo. Here is Kobe. Kobe wide to the right. One-on-one against Devin Vassell. Vooch sets a screen. Kobe, stop and go. Dribble drive on Wembanyama with the right hand and scores. Kobe White off the window. And the Bulls take their first lead with 47 seconds left. 111-110. Now the pressure on San Antonio. Chris Paul, dribble drive in the lane. Commits the dribble. They go to Devin Vassell on the right side. Dribbles to his left. 11 on the shot clock at the top of the key. Double on the ball. He threw it away out of bounds. Intended for Sohan on the left sideline. Bulls ball. 32.9 left. And Billy Donovan is going to take a timeout. What a fourth quarter in this crowd of nearly 19,000 on their feet. The Bulls have battled back from a 19-point deficit.
And Bulls playing really well offensively, hitting their three-point shots now. And San Antonio settling for three-point shots, not working the ball around at all. As a matter of fact, one of those Wemby threes I thought was ill-advised. And they had an opportunity to get his offensive rebound and just kicked it back out, tried to shoot it again. And the Bulls taking full advantage right now. The energy has picked up for the Bulls defensively. And you can see on that last drive, they got in front of the driver and they threw the ball out without looking where his man was, Charlie. And Bulls created a turnover. And Bulls right now in the driver's seat, up one with 32.9 seconds left and the basketball.
So Zach LaVine with 13 in the fourth quarter, Bill. He's got 34 on the night. The Bulls on an 8-0 run. They went ahead on a Kobe White dribble drive in the paint on a layup. And for Kobe in 36 minutes, he has 21.
And it's time for our player of the game, sponsored by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time. And we're going with Zach LaVine right now, 34 points in this game, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Zach LaVine has stepped up big time. And that's just a terrific job right there. And sponsored by Tullamore Dew. When it's game time, it's Tully time.
And how about Vooch with yet another double-double? That's 5 in a row and 8 of his last 9.
Yeah, and I can't say enough about that last drive by Kobe White to the basket. Went right through Wemby to get the ball off the glass and in the hoop.
Left forecourt, LaVine. Off to the right side, picked up by Paul beyond the three-point arc. Leans up to the bounce. Left-hand dribble drive. Jump pass left side, Kobe. Kobe on the pump. Kobe on the drive. Kobe to the rack. And a right-handed power down. Kobe White with a slam. Oh, my goodness. Kobe White with authority, and he put it down. And this crowd is loving it, and the very animated Kobe White is giving it right back to the crowd with jubilation. And the Bulls lead 113-110 with 15.9 left. He would not be denied.
It's a 10-0 run right now, and Kobe White has a poster on Wemby as he came over to help out, and Kobe gets the dunk right on him. It's a big-time play, and the United Center is on their feet.
Yep. So, Bill, 113-110. Bulls, and now San Antonio, the pressure on to hit a 3.
And you're right, they got to hit a 3. San Antonio now, they have one timeout left still. Bulls actually have a foul to give, Charlie, here with 15.9 seconds left. So it's going to be very interesting to see what San Antonio and Mitch Johnson do here coming down stretch quickly, because you are down 3 points. You shoot the 3. If you go for the quick 2, you're going to have to foul right away because you want to have 10 seconds left. to get the ball back. But very interesting to see what happened. And Kobe White stepping up big time here with the last 4 points for the Bulls. All four of them, right at the rim.
The Bulls have scored 10 straight points over the last 3 minutes. 113-110 Bulls. 15.9 left. Harrison Barnes on the far hash mark. Left sideline will put it in play with Patrick Williams on the ball. Veteran official Ben Taylor hands the ball to Harrison Barnes, and we are in play, folks, with Chris Paul. They go to Victor Wembanyama. 10 seconds to go. On a crossover. Top side 3 for the tie. Rimmed out. Rebound Zach LaVine with 5.8. And a foul on San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama attempted a topside 3, Bill.
And not only was it topside 3, Charlie, it was a good 5-6 feet behind the 3-point line.
Unbelievable, folks. What a fourth quarter.
Wow. Bulls come up huge here in the fourth.
LaVine free throw short. Well,
defensively,
he needs this one, Bill. What's the timeout situation for the Spurs?
Spurs have one left. Bulls have one left. Bulls still have a foul to give.
LaVine's free throw. Got it! 114-110. Last thing you want to do, foul the shooter. Let him take the 3. Stand far away from him. And, Bill, what a performance. What a tough, just grind it out. And Chris Paul is furious. His body language right now on the bench, Bill, I mean, he's just not happy at the way his team has played. Nope. He did everything humanly possible.
They had a 13-point lead coming into the fourth quarter. They were up 7 points. And since then, the Bulls have gone on an 11-0 run and have dominated here coming down the stretch in the last 2 minutes of this game. And I'm calling it. This Bulls victory is sponsored by Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehunger.org to find out how you can help. Wow.
Yeah.
And Charlie, in my opinion, questionable shots coming down the stretch by San Antonio.
Yep.
And that last, I get it if you want Wemby to shoot a 3, but that last one and the couple before that was a deep 3.
Yep.
And I think the Bulls defense has really picked up here coming down the stretch. Good job.
All right, so again, side of the bounds. This time Chris Paul will put it in play. Kobe on the ball. Paul cross court. Champagny with the catch and shoot and a 3. And he's fouled by Lonzo. Bill, just suppose that shot had gone in. Just think about that. So are they gonna look at this, Bill?
Well, San Antonio, Chris Paul, they're telling him to look at it. I don't know why. Because he got under his feet.
Lonzo said he didn't touch him.
Yeah, but you know what? But here's the problem, Charlie. He gets under his feet.
Yeah, that's what they.
So when he lands, and so Billy called it, and still 4.4 seconds left. I don't think he touched him anywhere on the body, but when Champagny goes up, he's got to come down, and he comes down on Lonzo's feet. So that's going to be the call. They're going to look at it, and they've already been looking at it in Secaucus. So this should be relatively quick.
So by some chance, San Antonio, if this is 3 free throws, you make the first 2, you intentionally miss the third.
Correct. And I don't know why. I mean, Billy's challenging because he doesn't want it to be a foul, so they get no foul shots. But in my opinion, it looks like it's going to be just because Champagny, with that rule, you have to have a landing space. And he didn't jump too far forward. It was a regular jump shot. And they're looking at it right now. And when he jumps forward, ball goes forward into his space a little bit more. So it'll be interesting to see how they call this. And they're taking a good long look at it. But what a fourth quarter it has been. Again, Bulls on an 11-0 run right now to take their first lead of the game.
Yep.
Here in the fourth quarter and just 4.4 seconds left.
Wow. All right, so what do we have here? The officials are conferring just to our right, midcourt, near sideline. 114-110 in favor of the Bulls, who have put
After
together.
review, we see that Lonzo Ball gets to a space and maintains that space without going toward the shooter. It's going to be a no call on the play. The challenge has been deemed successful. Because it is successful, Chicago gets their timeout back and a challenge for further in the game. In the immediate aftermath of the whistle, the ball is loose, and two players had a chance to get to it. It will be a jump ball at center.
There you go. Yeah, so they're saying Lonzo Ball had the space and he maintained it. So they're saying he really didn't go forward.
Right.
So jump ball, which basically is going to say this game is over.
Yes.
But now what you can't do is if Wemby wins the tip and taps to a team, you can't foul now. And now it's immediately now there's no foul. The Bulls still have a foul to give.
Bill, the Spurs have not scored since the 3:53 mark. 11-0 run by the Bulls, and the tip controlled by San Antonio. Chris Paul lets it fly, 40-footer at the buzzer, popped out. Bulls win! Bulls win! Bulls win! What a ball game! Maybe the best all season long, right here at the United Center. And the punctuation mark, Kobe White with a poster on Victor Wembanyama with a nasty right-handed slam.
Yeah, just a terrific job staying with the play and attacking the rim. Terrific job by Kobe White. And again, you look at points in the paint, Bulls with 54 points in the paint. One wouldn't think that with the way that Wemby plays and blocking shots and protecting the rim. Just a terrific job. But the Bulls found success getting to the rack tonight.
Yep. Well, again, we're joined by Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine has been kind enough to join us right here. Zach, number one. Zach, congratulations.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
You know, Zach, another 35-point game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 40 minutes. You're all over the floor. I mean, how do you explain this game?
We started off really slow. I've never missed 3 dunks in my life, and I missed 3 dunks tonight. So, it was we had to take the lid off the rim in the first half. We just told each other stick with it. In the second half, we've been down 15 before. We know how to come back and play. We play fast and strong enough, and we just stuck with it.
And you did stick with it. You got 54 points in the paint. I got to ask you because I'm a big guy, and when little guys dunk on you, it's bad. What's the locker room going to be like after tonight when you go and talk to Kobe, getting a big one on Wemby?
I'm going to throw some water. Kobe barely dunks anyway. So when he dunked that, I kind of I freaked out a little bit. I might dump some water on him like he had a 50-point game, man. That was a big time dunk, especially with the way that Wemby protects the rim. I feel like he had 10 blocks tonight. So, but in the second half, we had to go in there and challenge him. You can't be afraid to. You got to make him block it. So, it was good for us to get down there. Vooch did a great job of sticking with it. And the rest of the guys, held their own.
Yeah, Zach, before I let you go, the Bulls have now won 5 of 6, and they're really riding your coattails. You are having a fantastic season. Where is this club at, in your opinion, and what has been the turnaround?
I think a lot of people, had some predictions of us early on in the year, and we understand individually, we might not be as talented as a lot of teams out there, but we're a resilient group, and we have enough in the locker room, especially when you have a chip on your shoulder like we have right now, to stick with it and to beat anybody. Now, if we play the wrong way, we've seen how we were in Washington. You can lose to anybody in the league, but we're good enough to beat anybody and compete, and I think that's what we're going to continue to do.
All right, Zach, thank you.